With that, all the time has been filled, and now it is time to fill the space with some more spooky vibes. This is Alien Isolation, all missions, nightmare, no CC, being run by Drayux. Take it away, my friend.
Hello, gamers! Welcome to Alien Isolation. In this game, use your feet and no, that's DDR. Wrong game. Alien Isolation is a notorious survival horror game set in the Aliens universe. This is supposed to be. Oh, I already forgot the timeline. This is Ripley 15 years after Alien 1, roughly, for your lore. So like a lot of people know this game. It's notorious for being very hard and very scary, which makes me very fond of it. Tonight we're running Nightmare difficulty, which is a difficulty they added in a patch after the official release of the game. That makes the game, it's basically hard mode, but you get no HUD. So I don't know, I have to remember how much health I have. Plus, you get less loot. Everybody's extra sensitive, but we're also doing some fun glitches. So our glitch category is no CC. I can do anything I want to except for crouch clip, which the reason for that is crouch clipping allows you to skip and do not all the missions, and so it's kind of a fun balance of interesting tech, but you still get the immersion of the game, which makes it fun. Yeah, I think let's just jump into it. It's a long run ahead of us, and I'm excited. Oh, I should also welcome my friend Nolz. He's joining me here on commentary. I should note I'm a little bit rusty, maybe a lot of it rusty, so it's gonna be funny if nothing else. Oh, yes, all right, I restarted the game. Okay, there we go. Cool, all right, so we have two cutscenes to start here, and then Ripley will... Oh, I arrive at 2 is not working now. Okay, some technical difficulties. Oh, yeah, no. My FPS isn't capped anymore. So, this is a bug, actually. I'm not supposed to start this fast. Why did it just stop? Oh, no. I don't know what I did. Oh, I think we have to restart the game. I apologize, guys. I'm not quite sure. It was just working a second ago, I swear.
Maybe using the videos one? Just to, like... Oh, wait.
I don't have an NVIDIA card anymore. Otherwise,
no.
I would. Okay, we're at 200 cap again. Fingers crossed it stays capped. Sorry about that, that was unexpected. Oh, I gotta re-click on stream game here. Okay, hold up. Still capped, still capped. All good in the neighborhood. It can't be a speed marathon without some technical difficulties. Okay, nice, we're still capped. Looks like it'll work this time. That was weird. I'm not actually sure what happened. I haven't used Driver Tuner usually before, so... Oh, run starts now. Forgot to call it out. Once timer starts, once the eye opens, I'm rusty. I'm all over the place. But I used to have a NVIDIA card, so I'd cap with Profile Inspector, and now I don't cap. Anyway, so yeah, here we are. We're playing as Amanda Ripley. And the most important first objective, unfortunately, is that we get dressed. I guess we have to sign in. We have to know, let people know we're here, you know? Sign to the game. We're currently on the Torrents. This kind of lore that was described in the cutscenes we skipped. I love speedrunning. The tragic part about it is you always gonna miss the lore because you skip all the cutscenes. But yes, unfortunately, we have to get dressed. It is a required objective to continue in the game. If we didn't, I mean, I argue you could be more aerodynamic if you didn't get dressed, but alas, here we are. So now we're less aerodynamic. Now we're clothed. We're gonna talk to Samuels, and this is already gonna be the first little piece of tech in the game. There's a bit of a trigger wall for the dialogue. We need to start it, and then using some visual cues. Samuels is now talking, but we're not in the room, so it's not playing the audio. It's just waiting for the objective to update. We're gonna walk back in all the way past this blue bar once he twitches. It's gonna trigger his very last line of dialogue to update the next objective. There it goes.
You gotta talk about the Italian.
Yes, of course. Gotta listen for cue here. Listening for Tworbata when it's safe to leave. Otherwise, the objective won't update. We gotta listen to him say it again. And now we gotta do this again with our friend Taylor. She's another crewmate. Taylor, however, does not have a visual cue, so we're gonna do a bit of a funny dance here. We're gonna walk in. It's these kind of lines in the doors that starts it. Go to this chair, turn around. Go to this line on the floor, turn around. Walk back right before. Not that the positioning matters, it's just a consistent way to get the timing without doing the math last second. Once that door closes, we go to the door, turn around, and we're free to walk in.
Scusa.
Never mind, I messed up. I was too
Mi
fast.
sento già morta. Non so proprio come fate ad andare in ipersonno così regolarmente.
You know what?
Ci si
It's just
abitua.
nice
Non
to have
faccio
a
lunghi
Well,
conversation.
alright, I
with
guess
Taylor,
we're just gonna
you
listen
know?
to extra
Molti
dialogue.
dirigenti legali non
It's,
arrivano prima del distributore di caffè.
The
Sono
positioning is
sorpresa
supposed to
che
get
voi
you
l'abbiate
almost
deciso
exactly
di
the right time. I was probably
La
like
perdita del nostro
half
uomo
a
e del
second
suo
off,
carico è
but
costata molto
well,
alla
we can talk a little bit
compagnia.
more
È importante
about the game.
nascondere
So you might
questo
realize I'm not
successo.
speaking
Se chiudo
English.
il caso con un
As with a lot of
conclusivo
speedrun
sull'incidente,
games,
i miei superiori ne saranno
sometimes playing a
felici.
different language is faster, and so we're playing Italian. Italian is the fastest language of the game. I believe it's 0.6 seconds faster than French, but it saves about 30 seconds across the whole length of the game. Now, we're losing about 45 seconds because I messed up the dialogue skip, but that's
Mi sveglio da ora,
okay.
immagino.
Alright. There we go. So, usually what would happen is we'd skip the dialogue and she'd only say that last line. Have you seen Samuels? I bet he's been up for hours. Then we can walk by and it, you know, saves a bunch of time. Again, I messed up. The rust is apparent. I promise I did practice some. I tried to de-rust as much as possible, but yeah, what we're gonna do is kind of hold the door open for Samuels here. If it closes in his face, he'll stand in front of it, which will cost us even more time. We're already really far behind pace, so we got some work to do to speed up. And finally, with this dialogue, there's not a fancy skip for. They're gonna talk for a little while, talk about, hey, we're about to get Sebastopol. It's gonna be cool. This cutscene coming up shows, wow, Sebastopol looks really dilapidated. I don't know what's up with that. Well, let's be reckless and dock anyway. We're just have to do a spacewalk to get on the station because that's what everyone does. And yeah, you'll soon see that is what initiates the.
Bene.
What was the word for story, like the problem in the story? The conflict. The story's conflict.
SMG caricato e calibrato, vettore di avvicinamento individuato.
Prepara le comunicazioni, mi presento.
Canale
After this
aperto,
line,
capitano.
we
Avete i
can
vostri
collect the
documenti
briefing
con le
documents,
istruzioni?
Osservate l'avvicinamento
and
sul
then
monitor.
skip a cutscene. I don't miss the trigger. Alright, and that is mission 1. Definitely not my best mission 1 by any stretch of the imagination, but we're here. Alright, so mission 2, we start this with a bug. It's not anything that I do, it's just a fun little bug of the game, where we're gonna have a spacesuit fast walk, and so we just walk at twice the speed we're supposed to. It just happens anytime you transition from mission 1 to mission 2, but if I load this mission 2 save by itself, it's not bugged. It's really weird, but it saves a little bit of time if you load the mission, so if you want to do mission 2 IL, you want to start by doing mission 1. Alright, get out of the spacesuit. Now we can walk at normal speed. Try to turn in the dark there a little bit. It's a bit of a... It's one of those maneuvers that if you do right, it feels really cool. It's a bit of a jump scare there. I forgot to call that one out. But yeah, now we're here. We're on Sebastopol. The game is now establishing atmosphere, which I pass along really casually, like, yeah, look, see, it's scary. But I do genuinely love this game for the sake that it does. They do a really, really good job of building atmosphere. It's part of what made me fall in love with this game in the first place. By the way, we got another jump scare coming up. I'll let you guess what it is. So we fall here, and the worst part of the cutscene is we take 21 damage as well. If I'm remembering that right. And so, that's just it. You just have 21 less health. Again, we don't have the health bar. I can't see what health I have, so I just have to keep that up in my head. But that's okay. What's funny is I say that like I'm really good at it, and I will probably ask at least 16 times, hey, Nolz, how much health do I have?
I'll be doing my best to keep track for sure.
Well, because I mean, I do remember from our practice yesterday, I was like, dude, I forgot how much health I have again.
It's gonna be
Oh, anyway, yeah, so it's why Halo's my favorite game. So it's why dude, we got bad loot in RNG. There's nothing there. This might be a spicy one. So like I mentioned, Nightmare has very little loot compared to the other categories. But it's still kind of, there's a large, like, standard deviation for how much loot you get. So you can have runs where you get absolutely nothing, other ones where you actually get plenty. Unfortunately, that box is usually my indicator of, are we gonna get enough loot for this run or not? So, it can change. Our fate may change. Now, because of a tech I want to do later, I'm gonna actually play it safe on a shock arrow. Usually not arrow, sorry. I'm obsessed with Dance Dance Revolution right now. I made the joke at the start of the stream, and I just called that a shock. This is bad. The shocky wire. It'll do another 28 damage to us if it shocks us. Usually we'd run through it and just take the 28 extra damage. By the way, we have 100 health, so we talk about percentage usually. Technically, the in-game value is 1,000, so it's 280. Anyway, We would just run through there, except that I want to show you guys something later on. I'll get more into that later. So I want extra health for that, though, just in case. I figure playing it a little safe there is worthwhile.
I was ready with the pun and everything, man, if you got shocked, but...
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to let you down.
No, you're good.
You gotta get fit a pun anyway. Just pretend I got shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say you shockingly got hit, but, you know, terrible joke. My bad.
Bro, it's perfect. You can never go wrong with some good old puns. That's what makes these games fun.
So something Dre's been doing with the generators is he's like charging them almost instantly. For anybody that's played, you usually have to mash like E or your A button if you're on like a controller. We have it bound to scroll wheel, which makes things infinitely easier when dealing with prompts like that. So you're gonna see that a lot throughout the run.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. It's bound to the scroll wheel. You can do that in the game's base configuration files without any, crazy modification or anything, so it's allowed on the run. The other important caveat is you turn off VSync, which means I'm screen sharing like crazy. Sidetrack, I'm gonna look to this side here to try to get a faster RNG here. Yes, we did. Okay, so Axel, he runs across there. We're stuck to walking until he despawns in this corner here, and there's some degree of randomness to how long he takes to actually start running across. I believe, was it Spaz? Do you remember? Spaz was looking into it for a while and determined if you look to the corner there, it seems to manipulate him where 9 times out of 10, you'll get the fast RNG. It's kind of weird. Kind of cool, though. I love the little things we have to remember to do for those time saves. It's another reason why I love you. Oh, another jump scare. Don't mind that. It's good. It happens every time. So coming up is another of my favorite parts of this mission. Or probably my favorite part of this mission. We're going to intentionally soft lock the game. So there's this maintenance jack we need to pick up, and going all the way around is the boring way to do it. Oh. Instead, I'm going to just reach to the rate and skip my animation. I didn't get the one cycle, it's tragic. Which locks my camera, so I'm wiggling like crazy and I can't do anything. Fortunately, there's a way to get out of this soft lock here. Even by doing this weird slow walking, if you get in the locker, which is facing the right way conveniently, it'll reset the camera. Save is, what, 42 seconds? Otherwise, we call it the vent of shame if you give up on it. Yet another cutscene to skip. This is the cutscene where we meet Axel. Unfortunately, that means we get to the much more, tutorial part of the mission. This is one of the biggest draws of the run, is we have about 10 minutes of mission 2 here without a whole lot of strats or tech or anything. We're just kind of waiting for Axel behind us to go about his merry way. It even forces us not to build a run here, so we can do a snail's pace. But I guess it's a good chance to talk more about the game. I get a little sidetracked. You can probably tell already. I was mentioning earlier another reason I love running this game. It was actually what got me into speedrunning in the first place. Is way back when I hit 500 followers on Twitch, I wanted to celebrate. I wanted to do something really crazy and epic, and so I remembered I had played Alien Isolation for kind of around Halloween, and I liked it, but I had more stuff that I needed to do with it. And I was like, what if I just tried playing it all in one sitting? And so I did. It took me 10.5 hours. I think the stream was 11 hours, but I had a half-hour food break. It took me 10.5 hours after having played it twice casually already, so it still wasn't super fast, but something about never, just all at once, it brought a new level of immersion in the game that I'd never seen before. By the way, tech there, that prompt's not supposed to activate until Axel's in the elevator, but if you crouch, you can sidetrack again. There he is. But there's so much immersion there that I thoroughly enjoyed that so much, where I was like, I have to know what a speedrun in this game looks like. And then once down the road, I finally find a speedrun in the game. I noticed some really weird tech about the silent running, which is one that we're going to get to in a little bit. I'll explain more about silent running is later. But I decided, hey, let's try it on a mission that was really hard for me. Funny thing is, I actually really messed it up, but I missed the memo of how the mission worked, and we'll get to that later too, don't worry. So I thought I did it right, and I was hooked. I started learning the missions just because I was curious how to do it. Next thing I know, I'm doing runs, and I'm obsessed with speedrunning, and so here we are. But it's a long run, but it's a really fun new run, because there's definitely a skill ceiling, don't get me wrong, but it's it's pretty new runner friendly. It's pretty linear what you need to do. There's a lot of backup strats or a lot of sections. It's well documented with friendly community members to help you learn your way through the run. And yeah, you can get a pretty good run off straight away, right? There's some games that if you start the game and you're not able to do the running tech yet, you have to do something completely different. It's kind of hard to do the run. This is the most sadistic game, but I started learning Subnautica. And Subnautica is where if you are too slow, you have to change your route to have extra. It's been hard to learn, fun to learn. Don't get me wrong. I'm really excited to do more of that run. But anyway, we're on Alien. I'm getting distracted. So Nolz, I'm carried away. What did I totally miss describing here?
The only thing I would have personally mentioned was like the little bit of lore in the rooms you were in before you grab the jack. You can actually hear the cat from Alien in the vents if you go to a specific spot in that room. I think you cross it in 12. Yeah. They have cool little things like that scattered throughout the game. But yeah, I don't know. Axel is kind of a jerk. He makes this a like a water level of a 3D first-person shooter.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah, the nice way of putting it, but
the nice way, yeah.
Yeah, he you can do things. Actually, Dre's about to do it where we can actually get in front of him, so he'll no longer slow us down. But in general, he's just really annoying to deal with. So, Axel, not a nice guy. But
what you see I'm doing here is a really complex strategy. I gotta get the trash can in the vent. Not because it has any speedrun advantage, it just means we're gonna get good RNG for the rest of the run. If I successfully kick the trash can in there. Now what's funny is you saw me, I'm picking up the flashlight now, but I turned on the flashlight earlier. What's funny is if you get batteries, you don't actually need the flashlight. Oh no, I don't think I get it. Oh, that's tragic. Okay. I didn't quite get it. What's funny is I thought I missed it when I was practicing yesterday, and then I did get it, and I was bamboozled. But yeah, we have a cool tech come up, like Nolz mentioned. This is called a plant clip. And the thing is, again, Axel, you've seen, we're stuck behind him in the vents. He's really slow. The vents gave us a nice view. I mean, I appreciate the view, don't get me wrong, but it's slow, and we need to be fast, because we're gamers in here. And so, by lighting this flare, there's a ability in the game, just like an animation where you plant it, where you just set it on the ground. If we get the timing just right, we're going to be able to get into the vent before Axel does. So I'm lining up here. Got my mouse set. Solid. We're going to see his head once. Then as soon as we see it twice, we're good. Hold R. Scroll. We're good to go. So I'm going to kind of climb through him. It's a little personal, but it's okay. Now we're ahead of him, so we're saving a lot of time because we're not waiting for him to talk to us. As well as now there's different tech for the humans here. There's 2 humans that we're supposed to listen to, and then they walk into the room. Except we can skip that. So I'm gonna light the next flare. They'll see it. They'll be curious what's going on. And then now we can silent run. I'll show more silent running later. It happens a lot in this category. So do not worry. Just know that what I'm doing right now is completely 100%. Oh, I messed that up totally. Completely 100% quiet. I got loot on that box. And now we're going to wait for Axel to teleport. It's kind of weird. If we're really, really lucky, like 1 in 100 chance, he will teleport instantly, but usually we have to stare at the door for anywhere between... Dude, we got the triple flare! That's I think. But between 8 to 12 seconds. So, here we are. You saw me get excited there. Getting a 3rd flare in Mission 2 is really rare. If I were going for world record pace, I could use this flare for 2 different strategies, depending on which one I decide to take my chances with. One of them is a faster route in the next mission, or I can try a cool tech in the subsequent mission. Alas, I'm going to hold on to it because we do need flares later on in the run as well, and so this kind of gives us a little bit of insurance that I'll be able to do some tech without too much crazy workarounds.
You gotta go for every single difficult strat.
I want to do a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, we already know which one you're gonna try, so that'll be
We already know
pretty
which
exciting.
one I'm gonna do. I'm very excited to show it off because Nolz and I were looking at like literally just an hour ago. Like, Lions definitely did the tech in his run, and then we were looking, and he did it. The world record run doesn't have this tech yet, and it's not in any official one. I'm like, I'm losing my mind. It's basically a quote-unquote free 20-second save on like world record route, on like the main category world record route. Bonkers. So this cutscene we saw there, Axel disappeared into that hole. Very tragic. It's our first real showcase with Steve, aka, or the Xenomorph, aka Steve. I don't even know the history of the name Steve. It's just that it kind of stuck amongst speedrunners, the speedrunning group, and it spread, and now all the speedrunners call him Steve. And it's like, it's a habit you can't break. Even if you don't want to call him Steve, you call him Steve anyway. I was adamant when I started running this game, I was going to continue calling him my original name, such as Xenobro or Spiny, but nah, it's Steve. It's Steve now. I can't help it. While we're sitting here, this is a good chance to note that Steve is now active, by the way. As soon as you press this button, he can drop down and get you. That said, what does active mean? There's a couple different levels of activity states. There's, I'll say, activity state 0. Inactive, no matter what you do, he's not on the map, he's not a threat, will not come down and get you. Then the next level activity state, which I call active, which basically means he's up there and he's listening, but he's not really looking for you. So if you make a lot of noise or you make him angry, he'll come down and check it out. Otherwise, he's doing his own thing. Then there's kind of the patrolling state, which is where he will kind of come down, like where he's actually, this is like the main state you think of him in. We first see this patrolling state in mission 5, where he thinks we're here, he is hungry, he's looking for us actively. This is the Steve that's hard to avoid. Finally, the fourth one, so I don't know if it's really accurate to call a state, but he has scripted events, and you'll see a lot of these scripted events. We know exactly what he's going to do, and it allows us as speedrunners to basically be faster because we can manipulate or go around him depending on which scripted movement he's doing, and it's just for dramatic effect in the game. Alas, here we are. That was mission 2. We're now at mission 3. Mission 3 is pretty straightforward. We're gonna come up on a big room here. If I'm really unlucky, I'm gonna get shot. It's just total luck though. So hopefully I don't get shot because I need that health. If I do get shot, I think I might just reload. But yeah, this is the mission where, funny enough, what we originally came to Sevastopol, like lore-wise, we originally came to Sevastopol in the first place, was the Nostromo flight report. Right, Ripley, 15 years later, wants closure on what happened to her mom after the Nostromo just disappeared. And so, this game starts lore-wise, the first cutscene before we actually started. Let me pause that for a second. We're gonna run around this way. We could go on the left staircase if I had the flare. That's what I mean that flare shot for, but it's still incredibly risky and not really worth it. Once we get to the stairs, we want to start running silently. We're gonna sneak around behind the humans because they're a little bit oblivious when we're running it, you know, or we're kind of floating on the ground. And then once we get to this door, for an important tech later, we need to push that button. There's a cool tech in the game, or a little glitch in the game, where if you press that button and then the doors open otherwise, it reverses the states, and it'll actually stop the door from being locked on us when we come back out through that way. That was the scripted event with Steve right there. He just always does that. If you run too far out, he can see you and start looking for you, but generally speaking, just hug the wall and you're safe. You're gonna grab the revolver and the key card. The revolver's nice to have, although the bullet spread makes it very inaccurate.
Make sure to grab the blue.
I know,
here.
I'm like, I gotta make sure not to forget the smoke.
I know, yeah, yesterday, man, it was...
What's funny is I was looking for it there. When I looted the loot box, I thought it was, like I mentioned, I'm a little rusty. The things I've forgotten versus things I've remembered have really been kind of interesting. I thought the smoke one was that side of the box on the other side, but I had them stop. It's okay. I just have to, like, not forget it on the way out, and we're still fine. Oh, but yeah, this is like, but the files are corrupt, and so that starts kind of the next layer of the plot here. But this is actually why Ripley came on this Sevastopol at all. Now we just have to figure out how to get off. All right, next little glitch coming up is called a peek clip. We're gonna use the peek. We're gonna exploit the peek to look a little further than we're supposed to pick up the data cell one shelf early. It's like a 6-second time save. Not a whole lot, but it's still kind of cool. We'll use peek clips later on for other stuff. And now we can actually hack some doors. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna scroll my wheel after I'm done there. It makes me put it away faster. Really interesting. I'm not quite sure what's up with that. But yeah, the more you know. Otherwise she stares at it saying access granted for a while. We got a few more doors to hack, and we've got a cutscene here with Steve. This is an unskippable cutscene, but it kind of shows like, hey, this guy is really gonna be a threat later off in the game. I knew I was talking about something else, so let me pull and pause now. Oh, I was talking about lore. That's right. Yes. Yeah, so here's the cutscene. It's kind of a fun cutscene, though. We get a nice close-up of Steve's tail. You know, I wish there was an option to, like, reach out and grab it. You'll see. Lore. What was the lore?
You're talking about the Nostromo log that she just went over.
Oh, yeah, but anyway, it's correct. So, again, the whole thing that we skipped at the very start of the game was, hey, this log's coming. You might be able to get closure on your mom. They uncovered a flight reporter. A ship went to a new planet and uncovered a flight reporter. It might have the information on your mom. That's how Samuel convinced Ripley to go on this trip at all, even though she was otherwise really not interested. And that's it. I mean, that's what we got here. But we'll soon see that getting off is not going to be easy. I love horror games, but they very frequently have themes of like a lot of extra steps for something that was simple. It's like, why can't I believe I spent that long just to accomplish this? What I'm gonna do here is do a little safety save. I really shouldn't need it, but for the sake of a marathon, if something really weird happens, we have to do all of this mission again without the save. So just to make sure that I hit the time estimate, we're gonna do a safety save there. Now the exit. This is the actual fun part of this mission. We're gonna run up these stairs here, and there's a scripted event where Steve will drop down and he'll hunt those humans I needed to avoid in the first place. We're gonna just sneak around behind him, hack the door to the elevator, and get out. See, this door's open. That would have been closed had I not pressed that button. We're still silently running here, by the way. I will be sure to explain this in a bit. We got a bad formation. I'm gonna chance it anyway. This is really risky. I'm not sure. Something funky might happen here.
No, it's free. Oh, never mind.
No, yeah,
Nope,
we got
nope.
the worst possible formation. Oh, and right at the same time, my camera overheated. Oh, this is... Wouldn't be a marathon without technical difficulties, right? I need to get a new camera.
I thought you had it. I thought you had it
I
for
was
real.
hopeful. I know if you get that, it's usually better to play it safe. But I'm like, man, let's just go for it. I did do the safety save after all. Unfortunately, that's one of the tragic parts of this run. There are just sometimes you just get really unlucky. There we go. That's good formation. She's running. That's exactly what we need. Although this guy came up close to me, so we're gonna kind of step over his tails very carefully. Back the door here. Oh, well, that's a pretty good formation too. Now he's hunting them. Now we're good.
You do have to be careful because what Dre did there was like hug the wall. If you touch that tail at all, you'll instantly die. It'll like knock you on your back and kill you. So you have to be really careful.
Mind. Okay, so I'm gonna pause here for a sec. We're gonna turn down the frame rate cap to 120. Usually I just run at 120. I mentioned I'm having a lot of technical difficulties, and this is a prime example of it, where Windows is messing up on me. It's like Windows knows I've become passionate about Linux, and so it's trying to break now every time I reopen it. Anyway, this is mission 4, and I'm really excited to do mission 4 here because the tech coming up is one of my ultimate bucket list items of speedrunning. I came up with tech, myself and a friend Cookie. We were working on this tech together. We both kind of found different parts of what chained together to be this ultimate skip. But it's a cutscene skip that will save about 20 seconds over the original world record route. Now, in order to get it, you need to be between about 120 and 140 frames per second. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. We're gonna run there. We're gonna aggro this guy. We're gonna run up these stairs. So there's multiple steps to this glitch. So let's go to this tech. Let's go to my favorite part is we do a couple things. The first thing we're going to do is come up here. There's the Android. We're gonna save just in case. I'm gonna try it a couple times. If it doesn't work, I'll just do the regular route. But hopefully it'll work. So we're gonna kind of lure him through this door here. Hop in the locker. Now, if we time it just right, it's when he starts moving here. We're gonna get out of the locker. And he's gonna grab us, he's gonna break our camera, so we're free to grab the camera during this animation. It allows us to grab this maintenance brace. He's gonna pull us off the brace. Basically, what we just did, you can see my jack is still on my gun, is this android now thinks we're still standing on the brace, which means he can't grab me. Instead of grabbing me, what he's going to do is punch me, but again, he will always teleport behind me to punch me. And so this is why the frame is important, because the amount of times he tries to teleport, I'm gonna do a line up here, is dependent on the frame rate. And if he does it just right, he teleports through me. Come on. Oh, no, first try. That's tragic. Okay, line up. Punch. Oh, no, dude. I got this, like, perfectly a bunch of times in a row. It's always as soon as we're starting. So, you can see we're taking a lot of damage here. You only have a couple tries at this before you die. That's okay. That's why I took the save, because I want to give this a good couple tries. Basically, whatever you see here, just assume this works perfectly the first time. We're gonna try to get its attention again. Just assume that this works perfectly the first time. Because if it does work perfectly, then you save the 20 seconds. But this is still kind of new new tech. It's part of why it's not in the runs. Yeah, so he's gonna walk, or start grabbing, leaving as soon as he does that. Alright, there we go. And we called this, by the way, Cookie and I called this glitch the zipper clip because we have to look kind of at a zipper. We thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, and so he'll teleport through you as he tries to teleport behind you, which will push you through the door. It's pretty cool. You just kind of appear there. It's fun, but it's, yeah, it's not a perfect glitch, unfortunately. As much as I want it to be. Punch, turn around, look at the zipper. Oh, dude, come on! I was getting this is why I was practicing this for an hour before I started today. I was getting it really consistent. There it is, there it is. We're through. Now I'm gonna bop Hughes in the head there. Because until I press this button, I can't do anything except for use my revolver. The maintenance jack here, which is the safer way to sneak up behind a human and take them out, does not work until I reset my state by pressing this button. The scary part is, though, he's actually, I can't believe I hit that. He's really hard to hit with a revolver. Some of his head is really bouncy. It makes it really easy to miss him. But we're through. We skipped a whole, basically, minute-long cutscene where we're sitting in that vent coming out through here. Reason is, he was a hostile human. I think the default human state is hostile, unfortunately. But anyway, the android is programmed to, the cutscene is the android's programmed to kill him. He's not usually a threat, actually. So the fun thing about this tech is he becomes a new threat. So we're just more silent running past these droids. And again, I'll be sure to explain how the tech works in a little bit. This is the upper part of communications. It's not quite as hard. Or, yeah, it's not too bad. Just gotta go around some droids. What's cool is, or the bummer is, because we did the zipper clip tech, there's another thing that we do. We'll do it later on, but Initiative Board is a great place to introduce the droid tickle, which is where you use the revolver to cancel their grab animation. Unfortunately, because of the tech we did, the droid that we need to tickle is not aggro. So we're actually totally fine just walking past him. He's in a weird spot again. Oh, okay, actually we do, because this guy was being rude today. There, that's the droid tickle. He heard me. He heard me lamenting that I couldn't show off a good tickle. Yeah, here he is. This guy's usually hostile. He's scripted to teleport. Oh, he is hostile this time.
No, that's weird.
Nolz, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
We thought we
this
discovered new
weird.
tech. Apparently not. Maybe it's because I shot the other guy or something. I don't know. Anyway, that droid's the one that we teleport past him to go to kill Hughes. He teleports in this elevator, and then at the start of this big event, he comes up here, and so he never turned hostile like he was supposed to for the cutscene. So, I don't know. The game's weird. It's fine, though.
Working Joes are being silly. And that's what they're all called. They're all called Working Joes. That's why their voice line is, you always know a Working Joe.
Precisely.
Yeah, they're definitely spooky.
cuties.
Oh, no way. I think the
mean,
Xenomorph's
they're
cute,
just-
not the...
Well, the Xenomorph is definitely cute, but the droids are just kind of... They're just simple. They're just doing their own thing, you know?
They're just vibing, you know?
They are. They're just in the zone. Kind of alternating regularly running and psych running here. Just to try to kind of let my footsteps be a lure to a couple certain places, but not all the places. We're gonna go down this elevator here, and now we'll have another event where Steve is active, but not a threat. He'll be active for all of about 12 seconds, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna do another. I mentioned we'll have more peek clips later on. This is a cooler peek clip coming up, where we actually do peek clip all the way through a door. There's a maintenance brace on the other side. And so what we'll do is look through the door and grab the maintenance brace. And because we grab the brace, we will then we'll like do the animation to break it off, and we'll appear on the other side of the door, allowing us to pick up a guaranteed medkit spawn, which we definitely need after zipper clip. By the way, that's why I didn't take the shock earlier on, is because I want to have extra health to do that tech there. Because again, if I don't get it first try, oh no, I've embarrassed myself. That's not
First try.
Yeah, you guys did. That was first try.
Something that I just want to quickly mention is when Dre says silent running, it's running to the right while tapping crouch about every, half second probably.
Lost a second there. Yeah, but it depends on kind of how you're moving or if you get too excited, but you can do it as infrequently as once per second. And then if you kind of speed up and slow down as you turn a little bit, you can avoid taking steps when you turn. Anyway, that is mission 4 all finished. Now, the cool thing, lore-wise, our friend Samuels is an android. Even though he's not a hostile android like the working droids, he has the same animation set as the droids. And so, if we're lucky, we'll see an Easter egg while he'll do the little dance. Now, the dance is visible, I believe, in the original Alien movie where their android friend needs to do it to... What is the lore? Lube up his joints? No, we did not get a Dancing Samuels. But what's so funny, the reason I love Dancing Samuels, I don't know if it was an intentional Easter egg, is that he's dancing in front of Taylor there who's dying, by who we are now walking past. What we're doing now is Taylor got injured when we moved across. And so we're going in medical to see if we can find her a trauma kit. And that is all of the next 3 missions. So what I just did there, I did another fun clip. I grabbed the pipe bomb blueprint. Except, you're not supposed to get that blueprint until mission 15. It is the tier 3 pipe bomb blueprint, which will allow mission 14 to be a lot easier. If I get the ingredients for a pipe bomb. Now, it's dependent on how lucky I am with the loot, of course, but... yeah, that's a little fun one. It's super easy to grab, and it's super broken if you have it, so... Oh, I was saying, I think the working droids are cute just because they're so simple, right? They do what they're told so happily. So they like blissful ignorance, perhaps. All right, we're jumping on here. We're about to meet our friend, Dr. Coolman. Nolz, I know you're a big fan of Dr. Coolman. He's a pretty cool guy,
yeah.
wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Oh, man. This GDQ
You can
commentary.
never pass up on this joke, man. Alright, I'm going to use this opportunity to work on some of my loot. We're basically waiting for dialogue to open this door.
Wow, you have really good stuff, actually. 2 flares. That's really solid.
Take the med kit right away, because I did take a few extra punches and zipper clip there. We
Yeah.
should be at what? I didn't get... I think it was...
How many
40,
times
so
do
I
you...
should be at 90 health now? I got grabbed and then punched 3 times, right? So I lost 40. That would have brought me down
Yeah,
to
you're at 90.
30.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
at...
30 plus... Yeah, 30 plus 50. Or I guess we'll say 80 to be safe.
Oh, wait. No,
It's kind
you're
of
at
a
79.
rough math. It's kind of a rough math. All right,
You're healthy.
By the way, I should do more description of the mission. Mission 5 here is a fun one. This is where we first get the major kind of showcase of Steve. This is the first mission where Steve is actively patrolling us, as opposed to just being active. So what we need to do, but the thing is, they do such a good job developing the atmosphere to establish that, or building the atmosphere to establish that they're gonna have a giant animation right here. We'll whip out the revolver to get control of my camera again, and we can just run. That was such a clean key code. By the way, the key codes are always the same, but you always need to get the objective, aka the game needs you to see the key code before you're allowed to enter it. So I have them memorized, except that I still need to look like I don't have them memorized. Okay, we're gonna go down here. This is where the key card is, A29. Oh, I messed up. Oh, scheisse. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. My loot's so good that I maxed out my loot, so that's not what's supposed to happen there. We'll still be fine because I can cycle. If this were no magic glitches, though, it would be a much spicier meatball, but we're fine.
Yeah, you're getting... I mean, it's weird. It's like good and bad luck to get loot, especially in this category, because novice, you expect it. This one, it's like you sit there trying to loot for 5 seconds and you're like, wait.
Yeah, you're so used to not getting any loot that I'm never worried about my inventory filling up. And then there I was. I usually scroll loot. The more sure way to do it is ERQ. But ERQ takes me an extra second and messes my movement. So scrolling's faster if I know my inventory is open. You don't want any bad movement here. Fortunately, you can just walk here and you don't lose any time. We're basically waiting for Freeman to walk. I'm just kind of in the Santa can gotta go fast mode. And there's also a chance to soft lock the game here. What'll happen is as soon as he does an animation here over free to run, the game will drop to about 20 FPS. Okay, we're good. And we'll start floating. So what we're running past now is Koolman's death animation. Unfortunately, as cool as he was a little hot-headed and it ended up costing him.
On the 6.
But that concludes mission 5. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So mission 6 is when I was actively really running this category, I reset the most run in this mission. So it's a little scary. And it requires me to be really good at cycle running, which I think I'm rusty enough. I'm not all that good anymore. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We have a bit of a grace period before Steve actually shows up in the level 2, so that's why I'm able to run straight to that before I need to be silent. Yeah, we're gonna activate the cooling system. Yeah, I'm maxed on sensors.
That
is wild.
That is really wild. So this area is the most active that Steve will be in the entire game, which is extremely scary for all of us. Oh, some tippy tappies.
No, it's clean, bro. Don't even worry about it.
Is what happened yesterday gonna happen now?
Don't even worry. No, that didn't even happen. You didn't see that, man. Nothing happened. I promise I'm literally perfect at this game, and I can never make any mistakes.
It's gonna go good, or he's gonna get jump scared here. Nope. Okay. Oh, you were scared though. I saw that. You ran into the side of the door.
I know what you're talking about, bro. Nothing happened there, I promise.
Nice. He's out of it though. That's probably the hardest part to psycho run.
Yeah, it is, because there's so many left turns there. What's weird, I need to explain this glitch, and I haven't gotten to it yet because I've been so carried away. Because I get so excited about this game. I talk about all these other things instead, and I don't explain the primary glitch, but that's fine. I'm peeking to follow this vent. It stops me from being staggered when I fall. I've done it a couple times before, and you'll see me continue to do it. The other cool thing is, in a rare case where we might take fall damage, if you peek before you land, you don't take any fall damage either. Alright, we're gonna do another safety saver coming up. Gotta do E down for the key code, which I already know is 2505. Oh, except I can't type it. We're gonna do the safety save as we're waiting for that to open, to, you know, be as time efficient as possible, of course. As you do as a speedrunner. Hopefully I don't need it, but again, this is literally coming up as the spot where I reset the most runs. There are 4 humans in this room, 3 of which have a randomized spawn, which can become very deadly. And we're gonna listen to the motion tracker. Nice, we got a good spawn. We're good. It's... Oh, okay. So that means that they spawned not here. The bad argument is when they spawn right here, and they all have revolvers, which, funny enough, we're in nightmare mode, so one might expect revolvers do a lot of damage. They do. The revolvers can one-shot you, or they do, I think, anywhere, what, between 50 to 80 damage?
You can get one shot if you're headshot. Exactly,
yeah. So 50 to 80, or just a one-shot. Basically, they're extremely deadly, especially when there's 3 humans with revolvers who never run out of ammo. Well, I don't need psycho in here. I'm a little zoned out. Don't mind me.
Needless to say, pistol humans are definitely the most dangerous, but for whatever reason, any of the humans with a shotgun cap out at like 20-something% damage, so it's literally safer to be near a shotgun than a pistol, which obviously makes no sense, but that's...
Yeah, that's the funny thing about Nightmare, is everything's really deadly, except the shotgun damage curve does not make any bit of sense.
Stressful section here.
Yeah, so this section I've got to watch the vents because Steve might try to vent me. He'll be hiding. Oh, hold up. I gotta grab that flare though.
Oh, he turned around.
He turned around last second. That was, I know, I was clenching that one a little bit too, because I was like, this might be bad. Okay, there's our human there, so we're safe there. Now we can just leave normally. But yeah, he'll wait in some of the vents, so I need to make sure to just walk around the voids. By the way, this part's very loud. Headphone users, be warned. I'm gonna try to turn my camera on as well. Maybe it hasn't overheated again. Oh, okay, I might disappear again, but hello, how are you guys? I hate not playing with the camera. It just feels so weird. It's killing me. But yeah, I meant to say, headphone users, be warned. This part gets loud. We'll see how long it lasts. Okay, we're gonna make sure to grab this med kit on the ground here. That's a guaranteed spawn before we get up the ladder here. I zoned out. There was other things talking about. Yes, but anyway, so the motion tracker's a funny one. We picked it up in Mission 4 there, and I forgot to call it out because I was so excited describing the tech that Cookie and I had discovered. But it's funny because it's kind of the essential part of the casual player's experience of the game, and then as speedrunners, we almost never use it. There's a couple rare sections where sometimes we'll listen for it. In Nightmare mode, it will give false positives, but never give false negatives. So sometimes there's extra beeps, but generally speaking, when somebody's in range, it will beep, and that is perfect for us. As in stuff like Mission 6, we can listen to see if we got the good formation of that formation. Again, fortunately, I was able to hear the beep beforehand. We got the good formation. I wanted to describe all this before we got to that part, and then I got a little distracted again. It's one of my specialties, is not remembering what I'm saying as of 6 seconds ago. We're almost done with Mission 6. We're coming on to Mission 7 here. Now, Mission 7 is similar. The start is going to have there's a couple different formations we can get with the humans. We're going to hope we don't get a bad one. Describing exactly what makes it bad is not easy to do without seeing them, but long story short, if one guy's too close to a certain part, we won't really get past him without touching butt cheeks, and then he gets all offended by that, I guess, and then he shoots me. So we don't want him to do that. I'm going to go around if that happens, but hopefully we don't. Mission 7 is notorious for being a run killer as well. It probably would be a run killer if Mission 6 weren't already my run killers. So, yeah, we got another vent crawl, though. And then once we drop down, then it's go time. We've got quite a bit of strats to go through. So we've got the flare already. That's awesome. I did forget to check how my loot's doing. Nolz, if you're really keen, remind me to do some crafting while we're in the elevator, because I forgot to do some.
Yeah, I'll remind you for sure.
Because I think I might need to make a smoke bomb for Mission 8.
Hey, remember, you're sitting at about 90 health.
Oh, that's right. Good, because I totally forgot about that. Well, I took the damage in Mission 6, right? So I should be closer to 60 now, something like that.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
All right. We got... Oh, okay. This should be good. So we're going to kind of hide behind Jeremy here and then squeeze in. Perfect. Run at this beam and then turn on flashlight here and tilt the door. There's a lot of stuff. I'm just going to say what I'm doing and not necessarily explain why. Basically, we're trying to lure one singular human to this door. Right there. Now we're going to go silent after that. I took too many tippy-tappies. That might be bad. To get the humans, we need just one to go to that door because he can open the door for us, which saves us needing to go all the way upstairs and get the android to open it. And the human just knows the key code, I guess. So we're going to do a save load. That will make the humans teleport as it reloads, kind of to closer to their objective. Now we're going to grab the access tuner. Funny enough, you're supposed to need this to get through this mission, except because we can open the door. You don't actually have to have it, except that we need... I got another sensor.
You're getting
we
really
have to have
good.
it to get through Mission 8.
The
I gotta put my
sensors are
sensors
crazy.
into some stuff, dude. Yeah.
So
Okay, nice. We got the lure. So we're just going to wait for him here.
there's quite a few different loots. Actually, I'm going to let you do this real quick.
Yeah, let me focus for just a sec. Perfect. Lock my camera. Steve's going to be in here.
Oh,
There we go.
a little spooky. Okay, nice.
Perfect.
So there's a
That
few
means we
different
lured
loots.
a little bit too well.
Oh,
He still hasn't left, man.
I probably would run here. This way he goes in with that.
Yep, I like to as soon as I'm done there. Now, I don't need to worry about... I missed the button anyway. Tiny time loss. I have to wait for the compression cylinder. Oh, shice, I messed up. I meant to grab the captain and throw the flare. Oh, okay, he's stuck in the door. That's always really fun to see.
That flare was important
This
that he
is-
just threw. You're going to hear
Yes.
2 humans running in a second. Oh, no.
Or they're
Steve
gonna miss
dropped.
it. Yep, so this is why Mission 7's a run killer. Very volatile. The humans were supposed to do the flare and run behind me. Because otherwise they'd shoot me unless they don't see me because they're scared. So we just got like unlucky and then really lucky. So that's Mission 7. I can't believe we didn't die there, but you know, marathon luck. Craft. I gotta craft. We definitely need the smoke bomb crafted. Gonna bind that to 3 and then let me throw some sensors and a molly just because I have too many sensors. Alright, coming up, we're gonna do ladder. I'm gonna try a ladder flex. Basically, you can reach the top of the ladder from the bottom. Done perfectly, it saves all of 0.7 seconds. So here we go. No, stop.
Well,
It was tragic. It was so tragic. I had the prompt and I panicked. These humans are a scripted cutscene, so they're not a fear if you run at them at all. If you're really slow in the elevator, they will actually shoot at you, but otherwise, it's not even like it's a speedrun attack. It's so free. Just walk out of the elevator when it opens and they don't shoot you. And they're stuck. Well, that was still an interesting mission right there.
there's also a scripted event. Steve will actually grab one of them and take them off the edge of the balcony or whatever that they're on. It's kind of cool to watch, but you know.
This is why we needed the level 2 access tuner, because otherwise you're soft blocked at this door if we don't grab it. Which makes mission 7 longer, but it's alright.
Oh, we are on 8 already. Holy.
We're in mission 8 now, yeah. We didn't take 6.5 resets on mission 7, so. I was tempted to back down and retry for ladder flex, because I really wanted to be cool. Next little tech coming up, we're gonna press the call elevator button from in the floor. We need to take off another maintenance jack before we're supposed to be able to get to it, but then that's slow because we still have to wait for the elevator to come up, so we can just kind of do them back to back, no problem. Now the elevator is coming up. This is basically the waiting we're doing. We're just double waiting. We're waiting for 2 animations at once now. And now it's open. It's perfect.
So, there's gonna be a human up here eventually. He's gonna pull the ultimate prank on Dre and shoot him with his gun. But it's not gonna do anything to him, so...
It's one of the weirdest places. It's like the only place in the game where it happens where the human will shoot you, but it doesn't do damage. For whatever reason. But it's good for us, because we can't afford that damage. Neither the revolver guy. Okay, gotta be silent here. The human comes out, and once we press this button, the android comes out. So if you're fast enough, the android comes out and hunts the human, and you're good. So he's gonna shoot us, but this is where the damage. We're chilling. Now the android is attracting the sound of the. Oh that's not.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah.
So the So I think I did get shot. Mission 8's supposed to be free. What was that? Anyway, there's another plank clip. We did one of those mission 2. This is one where we actually we clip all the way through taking our torch out to cut off the panel though, so it saves like 45 seconds to do that clip there. It's pretty awesome. I'm glad I'm getting lucky on loot because that shot is really weird, like genuinely not supposed to happen. I almost never see that, so I don't actually know what happens. It's
turns
fine.
out...
I promise I'm an expert at this run. Don't even question it. Next strat we're gonna do is one of my favorites. We're gonna bully some stairs. Oh, my revolver. We're gonna shoot him. And then do some looting. The reason for that, and this we believe is an intended mechanic, there's hostile humans on top of those stairs. Except that if you shoot the stairs, it scares them away from doing their scripted event of coming down. Another FML2, what the heck? And it makes the exit of mission 8 here a lot easier and a lot safer because we don't have to worry about 3 revolver humans. They just stay up there. They just chill. I mean, in retrospect, if I was thinking about coming down some stairs and then somebody shot those stairs, I probably wouldn't want to come down those stairs anymore, but... You know, what is this loot, man? Harry was, like, thinking I had a bad omen in mission 2, and it is the opposite. We have some... This is... Basically, I should disclose, this is much more loot than you would usually get in Nightmare. This is a really lucky run. Other than... Oh, I chose... I might have just lost a bullet. One thing I forgot about because I'm rusty is if you reload while the level transition starts, sometimes you just lose your stuff. No, we still have it. Okay. Oh, it actually loaded. Nice. I guess I was still on time. I was having the thought of reloading. I got 1 bullet left. What's fun is revolvers used for so much more stuff than like actually doing damage, like canceling droid animations or creating lures. That's one of my favorite things about this game too, is the revolver is usually mostly a lure device, not actually a self-defense weapon. But if we're still in mission 8, the way the mission transitions here are kind of funny. Coming up though, we have basically the auto-scroller equivalent, the 3D game equivalent of an auto-scroller for this game. Don't get me wrong, atmospheric-wise, casually playing, it's an awesome mission. It's so cool. It's so well designed. For the speedrun, oh my god, it's so slow and painful. Basically, we're gonna meet Marlowe. Marlowe, lore-wise, is the guy who came over in the Anisadora, which is the ship. Oh my, dude, Subaton charge.
Yeah, I can't believe
Epic
that. That's
RNG,
crazy.
baby. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So this is cracked because now mission 11's free. And I get to show it off. I just get to show off my favorite tech. Basically, we can loot here, but we have to stand behind this trash, otherwise the objective won't update. Kind of fun. Unfortunately, I know the stream is mixed to mono. Otherwise, I'd show off the cool thing where if you peek over this, because it's the edge of the wall, you can literally hear it swap ears from where Waits is talking. It's kind of a fun bug. Doesn't make any difference on the run there, but just as a... If you to know that you're as far close to the objective wall as possible. Anyway, go ahead. ahead, Nolz. I'm sorry. I'm way too carried away.
Yeah, you're all good.
Sono qui per motivi personali.
Dre
Mia
is,
madre era sul nostromo quando è
like you
sparito
said, getting
quell'uccello.
extremely lucky on loot. I mean, like any one of the top runners would be like begging for this type of RNG on looting patterns.
Ma sono
Usually
certa che
you
abbiate
get
trovato dell'altro. Che è
like
successo?
one thing that really ruins the run, but Dre's getting everything he needs for the run, so it actually leads to some really cool stuff.
Usually you miss something, and we're just set. We're just fine.
Usually it's flares, but you know,
Yeah,
here we are,
usually
marathon
flares.
luck.
Practice run yesterday, it was flares. Although we did get better flare RNG later on. Mission 17 was fine, but like, oh, I can't check my inventory. Anyway, this begins mission 9. We're right about halfway through the run. Granted, there's 19 missions, but 19 is all of 43 seconds. So I like to think of finishing mission 9 as a halfway point. Like 10 starts part 2 of the run. Alas, this is the auto scroller. You can already probably tell why we call it the auto scroller. Basically, we're stuck in a spacesuit. This is the fastest we can walk through the entire mission, and all we do is walk to a certain point, press E a couple times, and then keep walking, and then press E a few more times, and then wait for a minute-long unskippable cutscene. Again, look, this is beautiful. Atmospherically, awesome mission, but off for the run, it's a killer. Because especially mission 10 coming up is a much more stressful mission, and so you have all this time just to start worrying about mission 10, because the only thing you get to do is overthink. Or maybe that's what I do. I'm a chronic overthinker here. But anyway, yeah, so mission, good time to talk about the lore. So Marlo, whom we spoke to, we are now playing as. This is the only mission in the game where we don't play as Amanda. And this is actually meant to be kind of a flashback style mission. So we're going back in time. This is what Marlo experienced before he came to Sevastopol. We're Marlo, and then in the yellow is his crewmate Meeks. In the, what is it, the red is his wife, Foster. And then in the blue is Heist. Another crewmate. The only reason that's relevant is because he's always in the back, and he's the one who has to help us up the ledges, so. There it goes. I missed the trigger a little bit. That was kind of bad on me. I got a little carried away. So yeah, what we have to do is walk to that, look at that to start this dialogue, and then we stare at this ledge here to get the next objective trigger. Again, great chance to explain the lore. Oh, hold on. Now is when it's actually important to be looking this way. There he goes. So yeah, they're walking through. They're even slower than us. They're chilling. They don't know we're speed running.
They yeah.
And of course I got the bad acting as well. Jeez. So
Yeah.
here's Heist.
This is a RNG heavy mission that you can do absolutely nothing about, as far as we
Literally,
know.
it's just how long you wait. Yeah, it's so rough from a speedrunning perspective. I love this game. Again, really, it's a really beginner friendly run, and I do genuinely mean that. Because there's fun break missions. Like, this mission's a great break. It actually has the great bathroom break opportunity as well, which is that unskippable cutscene. It's almost exactly a minute long, and so if you're fast, since it's a long run, that is something you genuinely have to think about. Great time to take that opportunity. You don't get a whole lot of good chances otherwise, so that's why it's the pay attention to that status.
Yeah, you definitely have to time it.
Yeah, really.
Wise. Yeah, gotta plan your bathroom breaks. Or rather, break. You only get like one chance on the run.
Yeah, one singular, yeah. Let's hear. So, yeah, lore. Get carried away. Anyway, what? So this is. They're on the Xenadir. They land on this planet because they noticed a distress signal. That's what we're doing here. We're checking out the distress signal. This is basically kind of what, again, would be a cutscene that Marlo is talking to Amanda through the security cell. So this is kind of what he's describing as his story here, about what went on, what all he's found. Basically, this gets a little bit loud. Not too bad. And we're just gonna stare at this ledge. Dude, I keep brain farting. I do this so long. Remember I said in Mission 7 about forgetting what I said about 6 seconds ago?
You can remember saying that, but you can't remember what you're talking about. Yeah, I feel that though.
All right,
Very
we got the
relatable.
objective, so we're gonna stand back so we don't get the bad pathing because I'm not paying attention. The worst part of this mission is there's some things you can do to not lose time by paying attention, but it's so easy to get distracted and not pay attention. Yes, and so Anyway, the important lore here though is that this is. I don't remember. Is this supposed to be LG 426? Sorry, not LG. LV 426, or is this a different? I'm sorry, I don't remember. People who know the lore are going to be very angry with me. Alas, this is the planet infested with xenomorphs, and we see these grand derelict. Oh, I forgot to show you guys a visual bug. That's okay. Basically, the sky changes, and you can see a very clear-cut like hole in the sky where it changes. It's kind of fun. So, little skip. This is part 2, mission 9. Basically, we're much closer to that now. It saves us from some walking for cinematic effect. We're gonna need to walk right away though, because as soon as the objective updates, they'll start walking, and we need to get ahead of Meeks here. Otherwise, we have to wait a lot. It costs us a lot more time if we can't get ahead of him. The one-way path, with the exception of this little section right here, we can get ahead of him.
Just absolutely
very
incredible.
Nice safe overtake. All of a 3 mile per hour overtake.
If only there was
anyway,
a way to
they
run.
go down, they find some eggs in the derelict, and then Foster gets face-huggered. That's why they took the Xenadir to Sevastopol to get Foster medical attention. This is very tangent to what would happen in the actual original Alien movie, is that the crewmate gets the face-hugger, and then all of a sudden he pops off. They think he's fine. It's great, and then that's infestation starts. Exactly what happens here in Sevastopol. Foster gets face-hugged. They're brought to the Sevastopol station, and then in Mission 6, it's not a cutscene we see, but most casual players will come across a cutscene exploring the terminal. Dr. Lingard talks about this patient in an unknown state and condition, like kind of freaking out. It's kind of a cool cutscene that you can see lore-wise. It paints this picture. That's a cutscene you see that patient is Foster, which we're supposed to learn later on. Alas, Chestburster comes out, infested the whole space station with the alien. That's why we see the space station disrepair by the time we're about to get here on the Torrens for us playing Alien Isolation. And yeah, that's what happens. That's what this mission is unveiling. It's trying to piece a lot of those pieces together for kind of part 1 of the game, so to say. Alas, doing so, as much as the lore is great, what I meant to say all along is this is all the faster you can walk. And so if you get distracted and don't have great pathing or forget to look in the right spot, you can lose a bunch of time to something really goofy. But I mean, yeah, so it's great eye candy. And honestly, having not done this run for like this category for almost a year, it's kind of it's not nearly as slow when it's kind of fresh again.
Basta, stiamo perdendo tempo. Diamo un'occhiata.
Also, I love hearing them argue in Italian. It's kind of funny. Okay, next place we have to go stand and wait is right here. We're gonna wait for Meeks to pick us up this time instead of Heist. Not that that really makes any difference. Meeks likes to sometimes
share the lore.
walk around and
stream
stare.
for a few moments here.
Oh, pardon?
Do you think we have a few moments while we're waiting here for me to share the lore of why we're all here together today?
Oh, absolutely, Xena. I meant to call up Mission 9's a great chance for this. I got distracted talking about the lore of the game. Yeah, take it away. We got plenty of time.
You're good. Alright, so this is Blackheart's Boston Fun. That is why all of us are here together. This is a mutual aid fundraiser that we've organized to help out a wonderful friend of the Frame Fatale, Stardew Valley, and the overall speedrunning community. Blackheart Wings, also known as Gabby. She's currently going through a major life change and is crowdsourcing funds in order to afford her move to Boston and make sure she can afford travel, housing, and other basic necessities. We've all come together to create this event for her, and with your donations, we can help change Gabby's life and make sure that she can move safely to live the life that she wants to live. Thus far, we've raised $2,922. In the process, we have crushed several goal incentives, had 3 fantastic bid wars, and guess what? With only $78 more, we unlock a bonus boss rush run for Metroid Dread, which is already a bonus game we added at the end of today. One person can do that, and $3,000 is an incredible amount of money that can change somebody's life. So thank you all so much for being here, both the runners, the tech team, not both, all of us, the runners, the tech team, everybody in chat. You're all fantastic, and let's keep it up for the rest of tonight and tomorrow to make sure Gabby can have a wonderful life moving and getting to Boston.
That is incredible. Last I looked, it was at 2,500. So I am super stoked you guys are being so supportive. That is really awesome. I genuinely I will never get used to the fact that like from all across the world, us game enthusiasts can connect on the internet and be really supportive of each other and do really great things to change the world. It's or in this case somebody's life. It's truly awesome. So thank you guys so much for all the support. As you can tell, I love the game. I love being able to show off or how do I phrase it? I love being able to showcase this for you guys, but especially when it's in a good name as well. It's honestly couldn't ask to do anything more fun.
A very wholesome gamer moment, you know?
It is a wholesome moment. It's like Goosebumps wholesome, you know? By the way, Xena, if there are any pending donations to read too, this is a prime time to do it. The minute-long cutscene is coming up right here.
Oh boy, it's now? Oh goodness gracious. Okay, well, I can definitely shout out all of the amazing donors we've had thus far if I can find the right tab. There it is. We've had so many people stop in, like Osborne dropping 1 million test donations and then some. Shovelclaws, one of our runners, Non-Binary Code themselves, has dropped in so many donations, and I see them all the time in every marathon and mutual aid fund I've been a part of. They're fantastic. I want to make sure we get all these people shouted out properly. A 20-something loser with $150 earlier was fantastic and finished off one of the incentives for us. Pleasantly Twisted, a former host, dropped in several donations that were super helpful. Blacktastic, a runner that we have coming up, was also kind enough to drop $50 earlier. Every single one of you, even the ones who are just chatting here, just vibing, adding to that view count, you are helping change somebody's life. You mentioned earlier we're changing the world, and every life is a world of its own, so you definitely had it right there.
That's incredible. Thank you guys again. It's this sport is seriously impressive. Back to alien lore here. This is the room. This is the room full of eggs, and of course they are just inspecting the eggs. Why not?
Have a little snack, you know.
They're looking for snacks. Sitting around, counting each other's toes.
But then something spicy.
You take that back.
We're gonna skip the cutscene that shows Foster getting face hugged, unfortunately. But yes. That's the ultimate reveal. Now begins part 2 of Alien. Oh, no, I actually had a smoke bomb. I could have made a smoke bomb. I could have done the new tech. There's the new tech that admittedly I wasn't running this game when the tech was discovered, but we can get weights to start moving sooner by throwing a smoke bomb at him. But admittedly I don't know the timing yet, and I forgot to craft a new smoke bomb. So we're gonna do this the old school way. It's about 15 seconds slower. But the actual run looks about the same. We just more time to loot. That is on me. I completely forgot to do this because I didn't end up practicing this because my practice runs I didn't actually have the loot that I needed here to do it.
I mean, it's still really good. I mean, the loot you have is insane.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
unreal
good.
this time. We'll be fine either way. I did not factor this glitch into my estimate when I did this category anyway, so... Dude, it's another flare!
Yeah, you're like set for the rest of the yeah, I think you're set for the rest of the run, actually.
That's all we need. Unless I mess up a plank clip, that's all the more flares we need. So mission 10, you're right. It starts off, it's a very long mission, even for the speed run. Especially no magic glitches. Fortunately, we're not doing that one. But it starts off in Solomons here with absolutely no threats whatsoever currently. And, basically, we have to wait a full minute for this tram, and so we can run around and do a boatload of looting. So usually, this is where the run gets a little more consistent, because unless you're really unlucky, there's usually enough loot between all of the boxes we're about to loot that it's not even a problem. I'm actually going to be a little bit slower and put some of these in some places, because I have too much. I can even have extra, though, pipe bomb. Yeah, we'll just make that pipe bomb right away. So that was actually a little bit slower. I'm not quite on top of my crafting game right now, so it actually will cost me a second, but that's okay. Dude, there's another player on there.
Oh my goodness, what is this?
This
You
is
don't even
a
have to
flare-
craft
oh,
a plant ball. Wow.
Yo!
Dude, did you make this a
Unreal.
novice run? That's crazy.
Apparently, man. Jeez. Well, the flares are funny, because the flares are usually the reason I reset runs, if not mission 6. Because the flares I usually don't have any of. That is hilarious. Did it cost me? I didn't go a different way to get a different box. I think I forgot part of the route, but that's okay. So that's part 1 of mission 10. We got 4 parts of mission 10 for reference. That part 3 is really fast because we can do another door clip. So that's awesome. You'll see it coming up. It's kind of hard to explain this preemptively. The other cool thing is I mentioned that Cookie and I had found that tech in mission 4. I was really excited to show off. We also were able to apply that tech here to mission 10. as well as Mark's helping us with some lineup as well. Unfortunately, it is so unbelievably inconsistent that it's not practical for me to try to show it off as much as I want to. It's not practical to attempt in any runs yet. Hopefully we can change that in the future, but for now it's a possible minute-and-a-half time save that we can't really do too much about. So Steve was active there for a second. He was just passing by. Now we're safe because we're running so fast. We're gonna grab that revolver ammo there. We need it for mission 11 coming up. These humans are friendly. I hate that the game doesn't indicate that when we're casually playing though. But yeah, they're friendly. One down here. Basically what we're doing is we're trying to trap Steve. Oh, wow, that was really not my best. We're trying to trap Steve on the station. I'm gonna start cycle running him. I don't think I need to. No bunch of glitches I wouldn't, but for the sake of being a little safe.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood, right. Actually, let me do one of these for good measure as well. Just so we don't do that first time. I don't think I'm gonna die here. It's, again, if I'm playing no magic glitches, maybe, but it shouldn't have to die here.
Also, if you remember, this was mission 3 from earlier. We're backtracking to grab a few things, so yeah.
Yes, that's the thing I wanted to call that out too, and I totally forgot. One of my favorite parts of this game as well is how tastefully they reuse parts of the map. So that was the mission 3 area you saw right there, except now we're in a new section you couldn't get to in mission 3, and it does it so well you can play the game not even realizing you're back in the same section again. But yeah, now we're on the backside here, but it's cool because more doors are open to us because we have the higher level access to, and we have the maintenance jack. And we can get through, I guess we had maintenance jack mission 3 as well, but you know what I mean? We get to this whole section here. It's unlocked now. Oh, don't shoot that. That would not be good. I had an input failure. I had a skill issue.
He's got to bully it into turning on by shooting it, you know?
Unfortunately, it's not very receptive to that.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I still need to explain how to cycle run, don't I? No, it overheated again! Dang it, dude.
Wait, what happened?
I really like showing my camera overheated again. I really like showing my face. My camera is just not having it. Okay, we're gonna plank clip this door. Oh, if I don't mess up the lineup, that is. I thought I missed it!
Yeah, it's always spooky.
I had max flares though, so it feels like I'm wasting flares to use the flare for this plank clip, but I have more flares than I need. This never happens. And it's the quiet one too, so Steve's not even active. Or not even aggroed by it, I should say. He's active. He's definitely active. Different form of minigame this time.
We're gonna get arguably the most fun weapon in the game here, the flamethrower, which is oh, wait a minute.
We got that a little while ago. Yes, the mission 10 is cool. Mission 10 is also a lot more consistent because we get the flamethrower finally, and especially in this category where we don't need a lot of fuel because we can run silently. It means that our friend Steve is actually almost never a threat, really, which is kind of funny. The biggest threat is all completely other factors that aren't Steve.
Yeah, my bad.
We're gonna use it here because we have a scripted event coming up.
We're gonna get
So this is what I meant. This is an example of a script, and what I can do is as soon as he drops, he'll drop from this vent every time. We flame him instantly, and he'll go back up and just do his own thing for a little while. And now we're just basically safe, doing some more looting. But yeah, mission is nice. It gives you a lot of good looting opportunities such as this. But anyway, that skip I was mentioning, my friends and I found, it would skip all of this section here. Safe to just kind of hide behind here. Once the dialogue pops, we have 8 beat or 1 right there. We're gonna count to 7 or 6 and then go to the door. Oh, you can see my fingers. 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's go to the door and 8, and it opens. Magical. This exit's so much easier because we have we can cycle run. It's crazy. Now we still could have bad RNG with Jeremy being in our way, but even still with a flamethrower, it's usually pretty free. Unless you're on world record pace, then it's not free. Then it's terrifying. Yeah, you can tell I'm so used to using the camera because I'm pointing at the camera. Oh, there he is. We gotta get just the right pace. Get him with the flamethrower. Basically, we have to use the flamethrower at just the distance where he's gonna be scared by the flame and not shoot us right away. Because if I'm too far back, he won't be scared by the flame. If I'm too close, he'll shoot me instantly. But anyway, that's part 2. Nice, successful, and I'm still staring at the camera that's not working anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I've been on streaming hiatus for quite some... Yes, I can run there. Nolz, I panicked. I totally forgot the route for a second. Basically, the longest part of this part of the mission is just simply that I have to grab the gas torch, so I don't soft block in a later mission. Other than that, literally all we have to do is go through the door, and because the exit's right by the start, and it's another one like we did in Mission 4, where we can peek clip the brace on the other side. Hopefully this will be a little bit smoother than the first time around, though.
Just to let you know, you are extremely low on health right now.
Yeah, I probably am. That's fine. We're good. I don't need health raising.
It's overrated. You just
There's
cycle
no more
run
healing
away.
in this mission. No, I'll probably try to heal. Oh, dude. Come on. If I take too long getting this Steve was one. When I practiced, I had that so perfect, man. It was clean. I really wanted to flex, but unfortunately, I don't have muscles anymore. Alright, that's part 3. That's all you have to do. I literally can run, do that right away, and get through this all the same. It's just that we need the gas torch to get through this next section, otherwise we soft log. You're supposed to need to have that gas torch to get through the rest of that part, so it's not a soft log. But alas, we have special technology.
Dre's gonna be zooming through the end part of this. It's a really hard mission, honestly, because there are 4 parts, like Dre mentioned. The third part is obviously, it's cake on no CC. On NMG, it's kind of scary.
Because you're usually out of fuel by now, and it's fun. It's really fun. It gets you sitting on the edge of your seat, but oh yeah, it's a tricky one. I've been forgetting to pre-crash the doors too. I'm not focusing up on the run because there's so much about the run I want to talk about.
There's a lot of cool things to it, so I don't blame you.
Oh, and so that was a really bad pre-catch. I messed up. I just slowed myself down.
So this area is kind of...
I'm so used to needing to wait for the drop there. And we're good. We just cycle run around here just the whole way, and it's fine.
Always fun to hug.
Gotten home.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I was mentioning though, like I've been on a stream hiatus because I just graduated college, but I needed to spend like my last few months like away from stream because I needed to fully focus on school, and so I've been kind of away for a while, and so it's unfortunate because my camera was kind of seeing the end of its life. Whoa, what did I? That was a boop. My camera was kind of seeing the end of its life by the time I had to go on break. But it was still mostly being fine. Oh, he dropped. I think he dropped in the room. I think we're safe. I'm making a wild guess based off what I heard. Okay, yeah, we're safe. We're good. We are all good in the neighborhood, my dude. No worries. So yeah, cutscene we can't skip. The fun thing is, if Steve is behind us when we start the cutscene, he will still kill us in the cutscene, which is thoroughly amusing. But anyway, yeah, Waits' plan B, since the staircase lockdown of the Xenomorph didn't work, is to put him in this basically rocket ship of a lab that comes off the main space station and just eject it into the gas giant around which Sevastopol is orbiting. And Waits decided he wanted to trap us on here too. So yeah, now we have to get off yet another workaround because of this chaotic world we're in. But yeah, so it's a bummer to see that now that I'm kind of back to trying to stream, my camera's just officially not having it. Now Steve will come through this. Maybe if I make steps, we'll come through that hallway, or one of these hallways. Usually this one. Oh, I guess he ran this way. He's gonna check out the door there because we made a lot of noise. Now we sneak behind him. No, bollocks!
Well, that is very unfortunate.
We're supposed to sneak behind him. Oh, dude, no. That's tragic, man.
Well, that's a really bad...
That was a complete... That was unexpected, too. I didn't think I played that wrong. That's unfortunate. That would be a big time loss. I didn't even think twice about that because I was like, there's no way I'm going to mess this up. Wow. That was dumb.
A little bit of a spooky moment, you know, but that's Alien.
I'm like, yeah, we just sneak behind Steve, and then I heard the thing like he heard me, but I still usually have a little bit more of a window to, I don't know. I'm rusty. I have to keep sharing it. I'm rusty. I haven't played this in way too long. I tried to de-rust some, but apparently I didn't de-rust enough, so it's just a skill issue. Don't mind me.
But Yeah, this area is pretty scary, you know, as you can see from that
The funny thing
moment.
is, usually it's supposed to be free too, and like that of all the places to die, that's not one of them. Actually, the whole reason I did that too was so I was going for the loot route. When in retrospect, I don't think I even needed to do the loot route because I have so much loot already.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, you can kind of just stay behind that thing, and it's all good.
Right, my goal is to hit the estimate exactly, so let's kill a bit more time here. That's all. That was actually intentional. Yeah, I'm just trying to hit the estimate perfectly. Woo! You dropped a little. He's in that room for sure, though, so we're fine.
I swore that was scripted for him to drop there. Maybe I'm crazy.
I think he's scripted to drop. I didn't know if it had. I don't know if it has to be that room. Admittedly, I don't know that one, or like I don't remember that one maybe more accurately. But yeah, the problem with Mission 10 is worse than most of the other missions, where Steve will kind of do different things if you have to reload your save. Not usually too much different, but sometimes different. I'm just gonna chalk up my death to me being distracted talking about my camera. How about that? That's fine.
Can I talk a bit about
Anyway,
the AI?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this game was very well received, for sure. I'm actually really sad that, you know, Alien Isolation 2 hasn't been released. Anyways, this game's really cool because there's almost like a little bit of like machine learning involved with Steve. So if you use a flare a certain amount of times in a mission, he'll actually start to ignore it, knowing it's not like you. I think it's three. Yeah, I think it's 3 times. He'll start to ignore it, and will just kind of go about his business. So it's like it makes you kind of push yourself to do riskier things eventually, because you can't just sit in the same area and you know, play it safe. There's a lot of other mechanics to Steve with the AI. Oh.
We got so much fuel. I don't even need to be safe about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna get it all back anyways, so.
Right, yeah, I've got so much extra. It's not even a problem. Usually, like, if I've been playing No Magic Glitches here, it's like, I usually have like 1 fewer Steve scare away flames than possible. By the way, actually, I should explain this because I didn't even get to it. Because I haven't had to use it yet. But what you saw me do there is use a flamethrower in bursts. By the way, it's cutscene here. Basically, it's Sebastopol again. Using a flamethrower in bursts, excuse me, is much more fuel efficient than, how do I say it? Much more fuel efficient than just holding it on him. 3 bursts is almost always exactly as much fuel as you need, or exactly as much damage you need to do for Steve to fly away. Except that the timing of the damage dealt means that if you burst it, you'll use less fuel. So you'll see us speedrunners do that all the time. Just do it in little bursts. It's one of those things we do so second nature out of force. I kind of forget it's even a tech. But yeah, we're on Mission 11 now. Mission 11 is kind of exciting because we pick up the shotgun. And I got the extra Stumpathon charge, so I can show you a really cool tech with that as well. Maybe it's not really cool, but it's really funny. I thoroughly enjoy it. We got another injector though. Dude, this loot is crazy. So here's the shotgun. We're just gonna borrow it from this guy over here. I hope he doesn't mind. Keycard here. Now we have a bit of RNG coming up. We can either have 1 android, 2 androids, 3 humans, or everyone at once.
And you got none.
And or no one. Yes, or no one. I forgot to call out the best possible RNG, which, dude, where was this run when I was pushing for world record, dude? What on earth? Maybe not this run, but this luck. I kind of already messed up.
Remember, you have an extra stun baton, so you can save it for, or use it here, or use it on 17.
Here. Yes, this is my favorite techs. There's the security guard who can be very troublesome in this run, unless you're really lucky to get an extra baton charge. And there he is right there. We're just gonna tell him, you know what? I think I'm blowing my time here. We can catch up with the Herald, can't we? I think we barely catch up with the Herald. Come on.
Is that what it's called? A herald?
It is.
The more
It
you
says
know.
Herald on it, by the way.
Oh, does it? Oh, well.
It does, yeah. First couple times I heard it, though, I was in the same boat. I'm like, what is the Herald exactly?
But
Try to be a little more loot efficient there. Cost me like a second, but it's fine.
Dre, to do that type of like shock with the stun baton, you basically roll your fingers from right click to left click. For whatever reason, it gives you like an infinite range, not an infinite range, but a very long range shock.
Yeah, it
and-
gives you a long range, and it goes through walls, which is the best part. I don't even need to do my safety save now, huh?
Yeah, I don't think so. It shouldn't be risky.
I healed. I've got 2 extra med kits already. Security guard's not there. Like, we're set. Unless I somehow really mess up to like an unreasonable proportion of messing up, and then sniper spawns. But we should be fine. I can be loud in here too. It doesn't matter.
Normally, it's basically a battle between seeing who's braver here. You with the flamethrower and them with a pistol. Usually the flamethrower wins, but every so often it's not that way, and things go badly. And you can get headshot, and then the run's over.
That was rare but cool. The androids will often they have kind of a cooldown before they're actually ready to start grabbing me. And amusingly, they were both not ready yet, which I'm not used to. Usually at least the second one is, and you kind of have to stare at them for a minute. But we're gonna hit this part to trigger the next cutscene. This is where Waits dies to an android. He usually walks around like that, so that's why we can save a bullet on him. I'll run silently. Oh!
What in the world? Wow.
No! Dude, sniper might actually spawn.
Oh, you're right. Good luck.
No! Dude, no. We're good. I don't know why we're good, but we're good. Okay, so what happened? There's a revolver security guard guy who can spawn there. And if he does spawn there, he's fading inside the door. He's basically guaranteed to kill you because he has the revolver and we're playing in nightmare mode. By the way, this android, you can just run past. The same thing. He doesn't activate till a few seconds later. But yeah, the security guard can spawn there, and the condition for him spawning, interestingly, is if the androids kill all of the civilians before you get there. Which usually happens if you're too slow. He'll grab you, by the way, so you want to walk around him. Usually happens if you're too slow. I was worried for a second that it was going to happen because I was too fast. But fortunately, it looked like one of them was still alive. I was worried because I'm like, unless I do something really wrong, he won't spawn. Like, and then I'm like, I think he's going to spawn. So I almost ate my own words there for a second. That was a little bit scary. We're fine. We got the cutscene in the car right here. I mean, not cutscene, but the dialogue. Because there's another good looting opportunity. You can see why I'm, dude, even these guys aren't broke. This is like novice loot. This is actually crazy. What is that max on sensors still?
Do you want to finish talking about the flamethrower bursting? Because you didn't finish talking about that.
Oh, that was all I thought to say. I'm literally maxed on players. What?
This is definitely the craziest nightmare loot I've ever seen. I can't believe that's actually real for nightmare loot, but
it genuinely looks like I cheated the run. I swear I did it, but it genuinely looks like I did. Nolz, you know why I think I was really bad at the peak clip?
Which one?
I forgot to
the 10.
Do the doors, both 4 and 10. I forgot to turn my FPS cap back up.
Oh, you're at... Yeah, that's kind of
I'm still at 120. Usually run this game at 200. But yeah, it drops. The lower your frames, the more input that drops. And then the rule is that we have to cap it no higher than 275. Because otherwise we get weird speed up and slowdown glitches. So you can do mission 1 about a minute faster if you're running at about 300 plus frames. It's really weird. We got the good angle.
He's just chilling.
He's chilling. Usually he walks up the stairs, and I always miss that shot because it's my luck. Although actually I realized the other one might come downstairs because he heard that.
I would look at your crafting stuff because you have so much stuff to use.
Let's figure out what to craft. I didn't know what to craft. I'm not used to having this much stuff I can craft.
I
guess we could just do double pipe bomb.
I'd get rid of the charge packs, this so you don't run into a looting issue.
Yes. I'm gonna make. No, I can't make the noisemaker yet. Let's drop one into... Oh, an extra Molotov might be nice for 16.
Very true, very true.
Okay, that should be good. How many medkits can we make? Let's do that. Well, nice. That was actually one of my cleanest Mission 11s. That's really funny. Mission 11 is relatively easy. Relatively easy mission, except that for some reason I have a, like, for me personally as a runner, it's one of the missions that just mess up all the time. And it's not even like I lose the run mess up, it's just I get grabbed all the time and I miss my droid tickles and it's I didn't know. But, yeah, this run genuinely looks cheated. This is supposed to be a nightmare. Oh, wait, no, I'm stupid, I reloaded my...
Yeah, it's fine. You have so much fuel
I've got so much
anyways.
extra loot. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're not supposed to reload the flamethrower until after mission 13, because you have to get rid of it, and you get a new flamethrower, and so you want to save your extra fuel. I had a total brain fart there. I was all thinking about crafting and what else I could do. By the way, this was the mission 5 area. We're not using it again for mission 12, and we will reuse it yet again for mission 15. But
wait, did you grab the pipe blueprint earlier?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't remember, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yep, we're good. I got the blueprint. That was so, yeah, you usually give up your flamethrower. It's fine. I'm so used to running no major glitches now. I'm gonna have extra fuel at the end anyway, because I won't use all of it, but, you know, kind of a funny joke there. I messed up. So there's the key code in there. It's 8382.
Unfortunately, this game doesn't let you brute force through anything. Like, you actually have to see the code before you can get through certain doors, or we would just, you know, go through things as fast as possible, but we can't, unfortunately, so here we are, having to check the PCs.
Yep, it's tragic, but it's kind of fun, too. Because the routes aren't usually so much worse to grab the code, it's just kind of a... I mean, I guess the code is really then memorizing where in the terminal the code is.
Oh yeah, it's actually pretty difficult, honestly. There's so many that you have to grab that it's...
A lot of the slight difference places. Some of them are in the first page, like that one and the one in mission, one of them in mission 17. Although in retrospect, we don't use that one in no CC, so don't mind me. Is there no major glitches? Never mind. And then a lot of them are on the first tab and then the second page. And then others are. Oh, well, I'm gonna try to do a glitch here called Superman. Is where we break the camera. We can grab. I missed it. Dude, I missed Superman. You press E twice and look in the right spot, you can grab this vent before you finish the animation, so you just kind of jump. It saves a second. A little sad I missed it, but it's fine.
It kind of looks like you're jumping from the elevator into the vent, so that's why it
looks really clean.
Hence the name, yeah.
Nice. Oh, we're going the wrong way, don't mind me.
It's all good.
What was I
Spooky
saying?
part.
Oh,
Not
and then other
really,
ones are
but
like
it's
the second tab. By the way, he will grab you unless you like do damage to him. So just pop him with the flamethrower a little bit and you're fine. You can use other things too, like a revolver or shotgun or whatever, but flamethrower is easiest. Especially because you don't generally need any of the flamethrower after this, so assuming you have at least like 30 fuel left, you're fine.
So this is the android graveyard. It's extremely scary casually, but
Yes,
a speed
yeah,
run, you just kind
100%.
of run. That's basically, you know, this whole, you know, speed running thing in general. It's
Okay,
just
so
like
he's not
run.
active, so we gotta be silent going past him, so he won't bother us. Yes, go ahead, Bill, sorry.
Oh, you're
Strategy
all
there.
good. Yeah, it's like because AM or like psycho running or silent running is so broken, like you can just get by most things in the game without, you know, getting them towards you. Humans are a bigger issue than Steve will ever be in the run. Steve is kind of a prankster, while the humans
Yeah.
are really big meanies, so that's
It's too real, though. That's the problem. It is absolutely too real.
Stabilirò una comunicazione diretta con Apollo.
You'd think they would try to help you out fighting the xenomorph, but instead they rather shoot at you and draw the xenomorph closer, so...
I know, yeah, and usually, with the exception of places like Mission 3, usually when they shoot, Steve will go for you anyway. So shotgun's out. This is a fun room. Usually you'd have to kind of prep up for a gigantic droid fight. It's really cool. It's really fun. There's a loot room that gives you a boatload of loot that we're going to skip because it takes a bunch of time to loot. We're going to skip them now because it takes much time to loot. But basically, the same droid always has the keycard, so actually we can just grab it now. We're going to headshot him, get him. He didn't fall towards us. A bit unlucky. Tickle him with the flamethrower. And now we're good. That's all we need. Open the door and call it a day. Another injector, bro.
A lot.
This is weird. But this is what I meant. Like, the standard deviation in how much loot you get when Nightmare is supposed to have really scarce loot is gigantic. You can get literally nothing, with the exception of the guaranteed spawns, or you can get, like, novice tier loot.
Never an in-between. Nah, there is, but...
Yeah, so very rarely do you get in between.
It's definitely like a spectrum where there's, like, way more probability of nothing, but what Dre's getting is, like, I don't know.
Just unnatural.
Yeah.
It feels illegal.
Dre's
so,
probably gonna take damage here. But...
Yes, I will take damage. That trend is broken, so we're gonna have to do a little cozy walk on the side here. If we're lucky, we'll get a cycle. We don't take any damage. I think I'm gonna get not that lucky. We take damage there. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to what I was at either. I didn't take any damage in mission 11.
You're really low, dude.
Am I? No, because I healed, remember?
I still think you're kind of on the lower end.
See, this is the thing. It's so, I say, oh yeah, all you have to do is keep track of your health. It's fine. And then we always lose track of how much health we have.
It's kind of like an instinct thing. You're just like, you know what? Hopefully the med kit's worth it. And
right. I healed that long ago, so I have at least 50. We actually got a good cycle. I only took damage from one of the vents. So I didn't take damage in 11. And then I healed at the end of 10.
Quick math.
Well, I healed after I got shot. That's right. I took the extra med kit. So I'm at least 50 minus 14. I'm at least 35 health. I'm going to just guess 50 for funsies, but I think we're good. It's like a run here. I'm not playing No Magic Glitches. I can be quiet. It's so weird. The most recent category is No Magic Glitches. That's why I talk about it a lot, because that's a lot fresher than some of this routing. I will have to be fully honest. So it's weird that I'm like, oh yeah, I could just silently run through all of that. As opposed to the much more haphazard approach of brute forcing my way through it all. If we hack this fast enough, we don't get punched or grabbed. It's perfect. Nice. Unfortunately, no dialogue glitch this time, Nolz.
Unlucky.
No, I mean, the dialogue glitch is supposed to be rare. I got it during the practice run yesterday, which is really interesting. Because I almost never get it. Oh, wait a second. I've got dialogue glitch.
The dialogue glitch is just, Samuels doesn't talk to us here, which is mega lucky. The only thing is it doesn't affect our time in the speedrun because this gets added on after. Because it's the origin or what causes it isn't known, so it isn't
it's
like
rare
allowed.
Enough, and we've chalked it up to being a hardware thing because it seems to happen more often if you reload your save about 100 times, or if your game just hates you. So, by the way, it's important I look this way to start the next objective. There's some objectives in this game that require you looking in the right direction. Otherwise, they won't happen. So we can stand here for a lot of time without actually the objective starting if we're in the wrong place. So just gotta look at Samuel's doing his thing. I can explain cycle running now. So cycle running is cool because the way this game is really. Don't mind my gigantic brain fart. What we're gonna have to do here actually for this mission is we're gonna have to turn these terminal things. Except they're always in the same order, and it's just a circle around the room, so it's super easy.
Psycho running.
Yeah. Oh yes, the psycho running. One of the things I love about this game is the attention to detail, and an example of where they have the attention to detail is they try to synchronize the sound you make in the game, like when you're running in your footsteps, for example. That is synchronized with your synchronized with the actual animation of your feet hitting the ground. Alas, that also means a prime opportunity for us speedrunners to exploit it, because it so happens that if you are running and strafing to the right, you have kind of half the footsteps. I guess Ripley always starts with her left foot or something like that. And then every time you crouch, it resets your animation as well. And so what happens is, if we're running and strafing sideways, like this, we're always you can't see my feet because I'm max field of view, unfortunately. We're always resetting our animation to the first second of the animation where our feet never hit the ground, and therefore it leaves us never making any footsteps because we're basically kind of floating at the the same way. And so it's really cool. That's the glitch that you see me using all around here. Now you know how to do it yourself. Just run forward and strafe right at the same time, and then press crouch about every second. Because you're pressing sprint, crouch doesn't do anything except for reset your animation. It doesn't work the other way though. I guess she puts her other foot forward first if you're going to the left, which also means that left turns are dangerous. We have to do really wide left turns. Okay, so he died. We have to make sure we watch he dies. We're gonna stand here about this cable, otherwise this door is kind of mean. But some of that will order just repeat. Anyway, it's kind of a cool tech. We use it all the time. I'm gonna use it again here to get past these androids.
The camera's eventually going to see him on this, that rotation, and then this android's going to be angry, and Drayux is going to run by.
Walk around him. He's not ready to grab me yet. It's always really another flare, dude. I've been at max flares for 2 flares.
Don't scroll
I'm
wheel
genuine.
the.
I'm losing my mind here. I've never seen this loot in a Nightmare run. Like officially, this feels like an office run.
Press E, please.
Yes. Oh right. Yeah. Good call. So, you can soft lock here. If you scroll this thing, it's one of the animations in the game that. If you scroll, it'll press the activation a bunch of times. It'll cue the animation a bunch of times, which means you get teleported to where the cart, like where you would press a button, even though the cart will start moving, and you'll fall through the cart to the ground, and you'll soft lock yourself or die if you're extra long. Maybe unlucky, really. But yeah, you get stuck permanently, and so you don't want to scroll that cart. It's really easy to do that. You can also press that button outside the cart and have the cart run all the way to the other side without you in it. It doesn't soft lock the game, but it's really annoying because you have to wait 30 seconds to cart back. I lost world record face at one point because I did that. That's why I mentioned it, is because I am scarred. So I mentioned there's a loot room here. We have to wait for this tram to open, so it's a prime opportunity here to loot the loot room. Which, again, usually I would very much need to do, except I've got such good loot this time, it doesn't seem to make much of a difference. But yeah, we get a lot of good stuff. We get a lot of Molotov, a lot of EMP mines, all of which those are guaranteed spawns. Some of the guaranteed spawns in the game, and so we'll use them for strategies later on. We'll play the game very consistently. Again, like I mentioned, Mission 10 is where the run gets a lot more consistent. It's just easier for you as the player to mess up in Mission 10. There's much more skill issue opportunities in Part 2 of this run, and much more RNG issue opportunities for the first half of Alien. But it's okay.
Oh wait, did you loot the entire room? Sorry, I was like a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah, so all the free loot. It's a pretty sweet room, honestly, especially for Mission 12. It like hooks you up. And now we're on to the best mission objective.
Yes.
Well, for me, but.
So I can. It's important that we don't have full health going into this. We're gonna do another 2-part glitch, and it's one of my favorites. It's a really fun clip because it's really hard, and I make it look easy. Just watch. I wish my camera were on so you could just see my oozing confidence. Actually, I say that in Nolz, you're the only person to ever get aimless breaks.
But anyway.
I
think one other person got it. I think one other, but...
Ethanol there, of course, because we just had cracked loot. Oh, I forgot. There's a little tech here. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. You need to put your weapons through and then walk through security shutters for the door to open. But usually it takes a second for the weapons to go through. Except that if you activate the thing and then pull your weapons, the animation as it pulls you back through the shutter starts the same check. You don't have any weapons, so the door starts opening. It saves about, 2 seconds? Where you don't have to wait for the door?
Yeah,
So,
just yeah.
I gotta remember to pre-crash. I think I've already missed my chance to pre-crash, shouldn't I? Oh well. It's not a huge
It's fine, yeah.
When I was in my prime of this game too.
4930.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my fingers on the keyboard so I don't do what I just did. I know the codes, I'm just not good at intro.
Oh, I was just worried. I thought you blinked, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I can't find... I was literally... Because the way my keypad is, it doesn't have the labels. Oh, it doesn't have the labels on the key, so I was trying to remember which key was 3.
Oh, I didn't even... Okay, sorry. I'm just going to quickly mention this. You'll see Dre, like, quickly spamming the button after he's done hacking something. If you do that, it'll shorten the animation that it... or like the time it takes to put away the hacking tool. That's why he presses it really fast and then, lets it go. That's the whole meaning behind that.
Admittedly, that's one of the glitches I don't even know what internal system is making it do that. But yeah, it's kind of a weird one.
La turbina è spenta, via libera, credo.
All right, cool. There we go. We just triggered the reactor shutdown. I realize I'm not describing what I'm doing in the game all that much, but that's fine. This is when the pre-couch would have been nice. It means I don't get stuck on the thing. There's a lot of places actually where you want to pre-couch in the mission. Something about the way your hitbox works. Wait, what? My flashlight
Sarà
died.
davvero dura.
Need a new set of batteries.
That was weird. Well, I reloaded them in the tram. That was really weird.
Ottimo. Tieni le dita in
I don't know.
croce.
Oh yes, 2-bar glitch. Okay, so what we first need to do is break the camera. So I basically will combine my peak motion
Devo provarci.
and my walking motion at the same time. I messed up the break. And then we're gonna go here and we're gonna look at a really specific spot in the wall and try to get the save point on the other side. Just like
Nice, beautiful.
just that easy. The reason I say it made it look really easy, which I'm glad I didn't actually need to say. That was a brain fart right there. We want to hack this. There's a, we need to shut down security a little bit. It is technically, theoretically possible to hack that without turning out security, except no human has done it, and the task struggles, because you have to get exactly the right code RNG. So instead we're going to do a mini game in here. It'll turn out security, and it's easily doable. Anyway, I get away. The reason, I say I make it look easy is because that clip most runners will have to do a really fancy lineup for. That said, when I was trying to learn this run, I was trying to learn that clip. I was trying to line up, and I was so interested in the lineup. I just kind of jokingly decided, well, I'm just gonna look at the wall where I think it needs to be, and then it worked. And I kept doing that, and then all of a sudden it came to be that I was more consistent just looking at the wall and YOLOing it than I was doing the fancy lineup. So I'm very proud of how fast version 13 is. Again, that's one of my favorite clips because it's incredibly hard. Like, that looked easy. The sliver in which you can look is so tiny. And you gotta balance it with the peak and yeah, it's something special. Oh, let me bind EMP mines before I get it, and then I'm gonna start the cutscene. So what I'm doing here is I'm rebinding these to hotkeys. So I can access these a little easier later on. Because we give up our weapons, I don't have the flamethrower, nor the revolver or shotgun or anything that I'd love to have to deal with the androids. And just so happens, we're about to begin mission 14, which has a lot of androids. So we need our fancy tools that we crafted instead. But yeah, that's it. This is kind of a weird prompt where you press it and it just takes forever to activate. I don't know what's up with that, but it's fine.
It wants you to cherish the M13
It does.
clip.
It wants you to cherish to the cutscenes. By the way, cutscene we skipped is the kind of the core AI that drives this dystopian universe. I guess this AI specifically is for this station, and it's specifying that hey, the company wants this creature safe. This is the new unknown species, and we want to investigate it. So nobody is allowed on or off the station at all because the creature's here, and we need to preserve the nest. And so we kind of negotiated with it to at least allow us to go down and check the nest. Little does it know we have more ulterior motives. That's what we're doing. We're now going down to the nest to check out. I just spoke. We're now going down to the reactor to check out what's going on. Well, what's so interesting down?
Honestly, it's so fun on CC only, where you can just kind of like Hot Wheels the scroll wheel and just walk through that thing instead of having to activate the gens.
100%. Gotta grab this. So we don't, again, similar. So we don't stop like later. We actually don't need it right now. Scrap. We're gonna do another plane. This one's a little bit tighter of a lineup, but it should be.
Oh,
yeah, buddy.
hey Dre,
Oh,
your
man. Yo, what's
mic's doing a little bit of a break up. It's a little bit interesting. I don't know if
I was
something got
noticing
knocked.
chat saying that Mike's crackling, and then somebody said yours is crackling as well. It might be the Discord call or something. I don't know. I'm sorry if it is my side. I hope it's not my side, but if it is, I will happily blame Windows for it.
Windows doing Windows things.
Windows the moment. Yeah, exactly. It's like I was joking about earlier. It's like Windows knows that I I've been transitioning to Arch as my primary, or transitioning to Linux as my primary setup. And it's like every time I boot Windows, which, mind you, before yesterday, when I started practicing for today, I haven't launched Windows in over a month. It seems like every time I launch Windows, it like breaks more. It's kind of funny. It's like it knows I'm trying to betray it. But it's also kind of annoying because now things just less and less things work. And I don't know what's up with it. Oh, he was fast out of that animation this time. In the box, he didn't know what to do. A little peek. Dude, I've got the extra pipe bomb. Do we YOLO it? Or do
You
we
could
pipe bomb
send
into
it. Yeah.
I kind of want to send it to look cool.
There's like a theory that we have for this mission where you wouldn't have to climb into this vent and you could have the android push you through. It'd be really cool. It's just really hard
Yeah,
to
so
find.
talking about like that mission 10 skip my friend and I discovered that saves about a minute and a half, but it's not run rival. There's another where you might be able to skip that door that I was just looking at on a very similar note. So I just heal, so I should be able to do the skip no problem. Or not the skip, this it's basically just a YOLO strat is all there is to it. There's a super droid in here. We're just gonna skedaddle on past him, activate this animation here. He'll punch us once. Hopefully. Right on time. I'm gonna activate the terminal. Now he's punching. He can't grab me, so I get just a tiny window while he's punching me. Oh, I messed up. I messed up again. I messed up again. I'm panicking. Okay, nice. I actually think I only took one extra punch.
That's
Tiny
wild.
window while he's punching me while I'm dying to enter the key code. Now I just totally botched it because I got a little excited. But we're fine. It's fine. I took definitely 5 hits though, so we're definitely below half. They do about 11% of our health per punch. So that's why he can't grab me though. And so if you get the timer, he'll punch and it'll be on cooldown, so he can't grab me. He can't grab me after a punch, and so if you get the cycle right now, usually if you mess up the key code, you mess up the cycle. But I messed up the key code twice, so I actually still had a good cycle where he punches you and you can get off the terminal before he will before he can grab you at all. So it doesn't cost any time. It's actually a lot faster than dealing with him, and you save some pipe bombs, which are gonna be really nice for making this next one of the upcoming sections. Dude, we gotta go for the shot.
Oh yeah, the little.
We got the bolt gun now, so we have a weapon. Got the peak clip. Saves like tiny bit of time. So this android we want to deal with.
Well,
dude, I thought that was so cool yesterday.
Well.
Oh, this is tragic. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't even notice. But there it goes. I swear, I was doing all these things yesterday. I was looking so cool. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna really flex today, and now I'm messing up. It's tragic. There's also a thing where if you cancel a grab animation, you get about 8 to 12 seconds where they won't be able to grab you again. It doesn't do the same zipper clip state where he's behind me, but yeah, I can just take a punch there. If I was at, let's just say I was at 90, so I'm gonna be at 80 health now. I don't really know what I was at, but.
Dre's going into the nest. This is by far the scariest area in my opinion.
This is literally my favorite part of the run, but it's my favorite part of no major, like even more my favorite part of no major glitches. And unfortunately, we're not doing no major glitches. I mean, I could do that route anyway just to flex. Screw it, I'm gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit anyway.
Sprinkle in a little MMG.
Oh, I practiced no C. I haven't practiced. I don't know if I'm gonna do no major glitches yet. I need to think about this for a second. I just really want to YOLO shotgun the alien. One of the aliens. Maybe I should say it that way. I want to YOLO shotgun one of the aliens. No, I think I'll do CC only. Because we have more shotgun opportunities later. There's flamethrower fuel in here though. By the way, I messed up. I messed up big time. You don't want to go too far to the right because there is an egg that will activate. You heard a face hugger coming after me a bit ago. Except that if you go to that spot where you press the keyboard, he despawns. It's really weird. It doesn't happen a lot. By the way, I have to walk there, not for the alien, but because my objective won't update if I'm past that bone point when the thing goes down. You have to be within, the area has to be loaded for the alpha core to go down, for that objective to finish. And so if you're too far out of the area, unloads and it doesn't complete your objective. Got another facehugger here. Let's YOLO this guy. How about?
You're
Don't like
crazy
those
for
dogs.
doing that. Oh my goodness,
I
Dre.
got stuck on the edge there. I gotta be safe here. I forgot you don't want to psycho run after him. All the little like route inconsistencies that I'm messing up on are just so funny.
So that alien drop is scripted, so it wasn't
Yes.
like a worrisome thing.
Yeah, I knew that was there. What I'm more scared about was the alien drop that sometimes happens behind me after I shoot that hugger. I forgot this is the first place in the game we actually see the face huggers, isn't it? Like actually have to deal with them.
Yeah.
So yes, that's kind of a fun feature.
Is he gonna be rude? He's a rude
Yeah.
dude.
So we're gonna kind of chill behind this guy for a little bit.
Gonna play follow the leader.
He's a little bit out of our way, and then we're just gonna, stick on behind him, no problem. Not do what I did in Mission 10. I'm glad I didn't botch that one too, because I would have looked really bad if I did. I think that was my redemption, though. You guys think that was an adequate redemption? I hope that was an adequate.
It's
Oh,
about
you
to get
dropped
really intense right now.
Oh, actually, it's fine. He's on
Okay,
the
never
side.
mind. I thought it was. My bad.
Wait,
Oh.
wait. That was a skill issue. If you crouch in certain spots, yeah, we're good. We're good. That's fine. A lure behind me there. Kind of an improv strat. I do like that depending on what the aliens do, you have different strategies to do. That's one of my favorite parts about the run, except that a lot of places now where you do it, you can lose time for that, so it's not quite as fun. I'll listen to my motion tracker, make sure it doesn't drop right there, and then we're good. Look at that, easy exit, easy nest, even though I kind of messed up. And the game has some weird geometry where if you crouch in a section that has a certain ceiling height, it keeps you crouched, even though you don't have to be crouched to get through it. Unfortunately, I kind of messed up. I kind of got myself stuck in one of those sections. Okay, I see androids walking to my left, so let's go to the right. I think right's technically a little bit faster, too.
It definitely is a zoomies position.
Wait, I'm sorry,
to go
I said
today.
that backwards. I meant to say, I see androids walking to my right, let's go to the left. I'm not very good at right versus left. Yeah, he's gonna go that way. Oh, this is perfect. I can... Bad RNG! It's literally faster to exit out and get a different minigame than it is to actually do the green minigames. Okay, he'll punch me. Nice, perfect timing. Nice! Look at that. Pipe bomb on them.
The fact that you already have another pipe bomb is crazy to me.
I know, dude. That's what's so unbelievable about this run. Okay, if I don't get bad RNG, we're fine on this minigame. Nice. We got a white minigame. Fastest. Yellow is pretty good, but it can be kind of unpredictable sometimes. Dude, if I don't need the pipe bomb here, I don't even know what to use it for. I'm not used to having an extra one. Let's just do it there. Why not? Funsies. That was completely unnecessary. I could have just shot it when past. I'm just like, I don't know what else to do it for. I guess maybe I should have saved it for the exit. In
I was gonna say
retrospect,
for
I could have played that a little
16.
bit better. It's fine. It's fine. I've got loot, so I can flex the strategies you can do. You actually have loot. Almost never happens. Yeah, what we're doing is trying to get all the aliens out of the nest. By the way, we're overloading purging the reactor core. It's a very exciting event. Stop him right there. Cancel the grab. I took a punch, but we're still fine. It can be scary sometimes if you think you're rocking low health. Admittedly, I don't really know how much health I have, but I'm assuming I'm at like 30. So I'll drop another medkit after this, and then we actually should be fine. Right, mission 16 is the only other mission where we really have to worry about humans because there's 2 revolver security guards. We'll get to it later. There's a lot of stuff. We got all mission 15 to go through first, but yeah, it's mission 16 is my other run killer if I do get a run to it. Just because it's navigating those revolver guys is why we use the Molotovs and strategies to take them out, but it's still really rough. Usually, I should say usually it's a bad omen, but it's very difficult to go through them quickly and stay alive as Ripley. So yeah. Alas, here we are purging the reactions. It's a fun cutscene. It's definitely no jump scares or anything weird at all. It's just gonna purge the nest and we're gonna be safe. We can leave Sevastopol, no problems at all. Like All good in the hood.
You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of the community has started naming the other aliens, but I don't know their names. They're all just Steve.
I've heard some of that too.
Globally.
Yeah, it's just all, hey, look at all the Steves. We need to
Just a
make this.
wild group of Steves running around.
Wild group of Steves. 4, we're buying that to 3.
Mi
4.
dispiace, Riccardo.
I can almost make it with a pipe bomb already anyway. Looks like loot isn't quite as lucky anymore. It's fine. I'm not mad about it. I was wondering if my chain would end. But it's still real. It's still real. Usually, like, if I'm having a bad loot run, I'm scraping for anything. My practice run, I'm like, I desperately need something here, dude. But anyway, another tram, so another looting opportunity. Also, probably a good donation opportunity if there's a few extra.
Alrighty, well, we did indeed get a $50 donation here. This is from the Valiant Son, aka Jess, and they said, much love, you're awesome, and pet the dogs. Specifically talking about that Pokemon Scarlet Faint the Dog versus Pet the Dog bid war. Which, with that it added in, Pet the Dog is still absolutely crushing it with $233. And Faint the Dog's at 25. So everyone's got the right taste here, thankfully. But that also brought us to $2,972 total. We are only, that is $28 away from 3,000. And I do see our next runner mentioned if we hit 3,000 before their run starts and Pet the Dog wins, we can feed the dog some bacon too. So I'm hearing that there's a lot of great things coming. Can we feed the Xenomorphs any bacon? Is that a reasonable request?
I mean, perhaps we can make some Ripley bacon, but that would be a time loss. So, yeah, I don't know. I would love to see the dog get some bacon though. Very important that we pet the dogs. You guys definitely have good taste.
Pet the Xenomorph.
Let me not forget the strat here. I'm probably too late. I get so distracted. I think I probably missed my chance. I might have to reset. Yeah, actually we're fine. I've got so much extra fuel, it doesn't matter. Let me just be silent here, actually. So if I bang that tram earlier, it's supposed to stop him from dropping. It's kind of a fun AI manipulation. I kind of completely forgot to do that, and then decided to YOLO it anyway. You might get me here. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just gonna do the strat right this time. Don't mind me. This is why I can't do long runs, or why I'm trying to go to some shorter runs.
Wait, you're doing the NMG strat.
I know. It's just so easy. You know, you could save time by not cycle running. So, all right. Oh, I'm supposed to hit it 4 times. All right, that's fine. 3 will do.
I like it.
Let's hope it works. If it didn't work, I'm very sad. But AI manipulation, though, stops him from dropping. It's actually thoroughly amusing. It's even allowed in no Matrix glitches for what it's worth, but I will get into that. That'll make people angry.
Okay.
Dude, there was something about like mission 13 I feel like I was talking about. I don't remember. I don't think it really matters, right? I'm just vibing, but man, there's just that part of me that's just panicking because I do this. People tell me this might be like ADHD. I haven't been diagnosed, but like maybe I should get out.
Yo, I'm 26 and I just got diagnosed like a month ago, and let me tell you, it is a beautiful thing.
Okay, that is good. That is reassuring to hear.
It is never too late to figure out more about yourself, especially for healthy reasons.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. So this section we do want to be silent through, though. Steve is active here, so he can drop if he hears us. I think he's technically supposed to start patrolling, but I think that patrolling section doesn't start until after we're out of this zone already, because we're so fast. Just as that's a heads up as a casual player. It's not quite this free if you don't psych a run.
Another backtrack. We were in this area for mission 6, so
yes,
we're back
yeah.
here.
All the medical connects together. It's really quite cool. I've really not been doing my pre-crouches right. That's one of the things I never actually started practicing all that much when I was actively running this game, and I decided to start doing it now, even though I'm realizing I probably should have properly learned that first and foremost. But it's fun. No, it's the effort that counts.
So we just got the Hacker V3 tool. That means that all of these hacking games are going to have 5 symbols instead of 4 and previously 3 that we saw earlier. So game
Yup,
just
means
gets
we
a
can
little
do the
harder.
5s and 1s. It's funny you mentioned that though, because all of the Inistador is just tier 1 hacks with 3 symbols.
They just throw it there just to soft lock you a little bit.
Right, yeah, just for a fun one. Well, we do have some 5 symbol hacks in mission 16. They're cool. They're 5 symbols, and you have less time to do them. Less as speed order. Oh, I was gonna mention. You probably noticed that I'm doing the hacks really quite quickly. And the trick is, it's kind of like typing it in. So that sequence you see at the top that we need to enter is randomized. It's selected from the set of characters, but the characters on the bottom are all the same and they're always in the same position. So once you practice the hacks enough, you start to memorize which one's where, like the V is always in the top left corner, and then you can just kind of read off the top and be fine.
I've personally modded the game in the past. You're not allowed to do it for the run, but it's kind of funny to mess with, and I've done it where you use like Twitch emotes for the symbols instead of, you know, the regular ones. The easier way would just to number everything so you could figure it out really fast, but it's always fun messing with the game.
I love the goofy mods, dude.
Yeah, I think I threw in like Kappa and like OPOP and like those type of emotes. It's kind of fun.
Oh, I messed up, dude. Eventually, I'll de-rust my keycode entries. Scrolling too fast, too. Wow. It's okay. We're just chilling. I have to always remember that we're just here chilling, having a good time. Sometimes I get a little bit too in the zone, and I get just panicked about half a second of a goof. It's fine. Okay, we'll med kit up. I can actually make another one in case I have a really unfortunate mission 16, but basically once we're past downstairs of mission 16, assuming with a few exceptions, once we're past downstairs of 16, you don't need to worry about healing anymore. All the other places where you would take damage, you get scripted health beforehand. Got one of these scrolling mini games this time. I got the worst formation where it starts at the start there. I missed the drop down too. It's weird. Oh, where you get the start, you have to wait for it to bounce all the way back because you can't see it before it's already passed. It's fine. But just so you know, it's a kind of annoying mini game because the RNG to it can cost you more time than it would, like deceptively more time than it would seem. Yeah, apparently you can't pre-crouch these tools. See, we're learning as we go. By the way, we're on the Inistador. I don't think I actually mentioned that, little wise. You know, I'm just gonna take a safety save here because I want to be cool. But last time I tried to be cool, it didn't end well, so.
And then you have to redo this entire section, and that's a huge time loss, so.
But now that we saved, we're gonna 360 this facehugger. By the way, there's a facehugger here. The only threat in this entire part of the mission, this guy. Oh, okay.
Well, there
I'm not that cool. I'm not that cool. We'll do it a little bit safer this time. That's why I saved.
I honestly can't wait until you get to 18 and do the really cool hugger strat.
Yes. Is my gun not reloaded?
It may not be. I would just use the flamethrower to be honest, but
Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. I can't give up this deep. And what if the gun isn't like? Because I didn't fire. Oh yeah, I've got no bullets in the chamber. That's why I messed up.
Yeah, that's probably
See,
why.
See, it's not a skill issue. It's a run issue. We're fine.
Well, now it's a skill issue.
Now it's a skill issue. Now it's a skill issue. By the way, you can do this a lot safer with the flamethrower. When I was running at No Major Glitches, I practiced using a revolver quite a bit for the sake of conserving as much flamethrower fuel as possible. I'm gonna try it with a revolver one more time. It's actually not that hard. I want it to look all cool because it's all cool, but sometimes you get really lucky with the boxes. Okay, dude. Like I mentioned, sometimes you get really unlucky with the boxes. One more try. I gotta try it one more time. I'm losing my mind here. This is literally like the easiest strat I'm doing. It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay, I'm gonna run past the boxes this time. Dude, okay, that was okay. Where's the video? I swear, I don't know what happened. I promise. I practiced this a bunch. No issues. No issues.
This is gonna be a easy dialogue manip, so you don't have to listen to Marlowe.
I don't even know, man.
Oh my goodness!
I almost got blocked by the boxes
yeah.
again. The game just hates me today. Okay, that's all there is to it. The game just hates me.
Hardest part of the run, by the way. Flame that.
Well, I know. What I'm mentioning is the funny part is the only threat in this part of this mission is that facehugger, right? It's otherwise completely free. There's no threats. I guess unless you're too slow, but we don't do that in speedrunning. There's a timer. Basically, a time. If you're how to phrase it, a timer section where if you're too slow, it kills you and you have to reset. But generally speaking, the only threat here is that facehugger, and it's like it's not that hard, except for those boxes can be a pain because if the physics on them happens just wrong, it'll block you. You'll do the man dab, as we like to call it, where you can't use your weapons because you're too busy putting your arms in front of your face, which is absolutely a silent killer. There's a big spot in mission 18 where we have a backup, we have a strategy to work around the man dab. But anyway, that was fun. But anyway, the phaser, so those boxes can be scary, and then otherwise it's just kind of easy to panic because it's the only threat on mission 15. And so the facehugger gets kind of worried. I revolver the facehugger in 14 though, right? I didn't look dumb there. Like I proved I can do it. I proved I can make that shot. So don't make too much fun of me, please.
So the cutscene that Drayux skipped is actually big for lore reasons.
Oh yes, yeah. Feel free to explain it.
I actually don't remember it. I just know it's lore related.
It is the cutscene we saw is the actual log, right? When mission 3 we saw the flight recorder, but it was corrupt. It was the actual personal log that Ripley's mother left for Amanda, hoping that she would see it. And this is it. So this is kind of the ultimate. The whole reason the story, the plotline exists is that Amanda was seeking closure, and that cutscene there was the closure. Now the objective is 100% get off the space station. Everybody's gonna die. And of course, Marlowe's trying to blow it up to take away the infestation because he lost his wife. I can't blame him for making some rash decisions. It's a lot of emotional turmoil to go through. So he's like, I need to blow up the space station so this doesn't happen to anyone else. Alas, we're like, there's still people alive in the station. We want to do this differently. Kind of a fun, actually, one of my papers back that I had to write for all my college classes regarding ethics. I wrote an Alien Isolation because there's a lot of cool ethical considerations in various plot points in this game, and this is a good example of one. Like, what is the right action to do here? Alas, Ripley and Taylor are on the we want to keep people alive strategy for it, so we're trying to shut down the overload so we don't blow up Sevastopol and the Isidora while we're at it, and probably the Torrens floating around as well. All right, this is another 5 symbol hack here. So, fortunately, we have the tier 3 tuner. But I'm totally goofing that facehugger, dude. That was ridiculous. I don't even know what was up with that. I think it was fully like, I took the safety save because I was worried, and that's what killed me. I don't know. That one is so easy to choke on, it's not even funny. We're gonna get the one in mission 17, no problem, I promise. But that's it. Now, this is another one of those objective kind of cutscene objectives. We need to be looking in the right direction. Unfortunately, we were not able to successfully shut down the reactor explosion, so we're just gonna boot it. Unfortunately, Taylor's not gonna make it. Sorry, Taylor.
Spoilers, it was smashing. That's horrible.
Oh, dude.
Oh, no.
That's
Goodbye,
cruel.
Taylor. Goodbye, Taylor. It was nice knowing you.
But that explosion doesn't happen unless we're, like, for a lot longer unless we're looking in that direction, so. It's one of those easy places to lose time. You might not even realize you're losing time.
I always thought it was odd that you have to watch Samuels die, but you can just let Taylor, you know. She hits the glass and dies.
I mean, we technically watch it.
A little bit, yeah.
We have to look in that direction. I think Samuels, if there was walls in the way, would still be the same. But yeah. Anyway, this message sends another important message as well with all the fire everywhere. Smokey the Xeno reminds you that only you can prevent spaceship fires.
Is there any danger to leaving this?
Wait, what?
Is there any danger to leaving this area? I don't actually know.
If you're too slow, you know, I did not talk to you, Siri. If Siri thinks I'm talking to you.
Siri
Linux wouldn't do that.
Siri the gamer.
That's true. Linux wouldn't do that.
If there's a bit of Windows, my phone's just sitting here. Okay, mission 16. This is the scary one. Like I said, we had 2 revolver security guards, and this is why we need the Molotovs and all the shotgun ammo known to mankind. What did I do? I just didn't read that right. It's fine. It's fine. The whole dying a bunch of times and resetting a bunch of times, I figure if it's gonna happen anywhere, it'll happen here. So, I'm a little sad we didn't get 15, but since we already taken 15, I think that means we're gonna get this first try. But yes, you can also stand in the fire and you can die from fire tick damage. Nolz. But other than that, there's not really any threats.
So the mission that we're on, mission 16, this is the longest mission in the entire game, and it's really easy to die in quite a few places, so see what happens.
Oh, which one? Why is my shotgun not out? Okay, we got the first revolver guy. There he is, there he is, there he is. We got the close one this time.
So the reason why Dre's doing this is because when we exit, this is insane to get out of because there's 2 pistol humans, and as we talked about before, pistols do a lot more damage than shotguns for whatever reason.
Dude, that was one of my cleanest 16 basements ever. What on earth? So we gotta talk to Ricardo here, who's just like not even worried.
He's just chilling, you know?
He's just chilling, yeah. That's hilarious, bro. See, I'm all worried about 16, and that was again like the cleanest 16 I've had. So, okay, so me dying in 15 a bunch of times was actually, the skill issue wasn't, it was actually a strategy to make sure 16 goes perfectly smoothly. So, yeah, like, it was all part of the plan. Don't even question it. That's so funny. I can't believe I had just a perfect 16. I had to spend a little extra time. I always spent a little time down there making sure I was shooting Molotov with the right one. But yeah, the Molotovs are the most secure way to take those guys out. By the way, this is the Mission 4 area. You might recognize this. Again, game really tastefully reusing zones, except we're going to go to a different section now. But we need to go back to communications, that way reopen communications. Or, sorry, to forcibly reopen communications. I said that wrong. I think I'm going to take another shot at turning my camera on as well. Hopefully it lasts for the rest of the run. I gave a lot of time to cool down.
We're going to be going into a room that has probably, like, the weirdest puzzle in the game. I don't know why it's a thing, but it is. You'll see in a little bit. It's not hard, it's
some
weird.
goofy mini games. That's all there is to
Yeah.
it. And they're annoying mini games because they're really easy to lose a bunch of time on trying to just be a little fast. And you'll see why. I don't have to explain it preemptively. It's really obvious why they can lose a bunch of time. But they're coming up soon, so I'm gonna awkwardly sit here for like 10 seconds before we actually get to them. Dude, I forgot to let my hair down. I've just now realized. Yeah, I'll do it during the wait here. Okay, nice. That one didn't mess me up too bad. That one can be. So this here, I basically need to line up this inner circle with this outer circle, and then press space or enter or whatever. Problem is, if I miss it, it resets from the center the whole time. So I have to wait this entire extra 10 seconds if I miss. So it's not like it kills me or anything, but big time loss. We'll do it during the cutscene, so I have plenty of time. I forgot I was gonna let my hair down for the run, and then we started and I was not even ready. So I'm sorry guys, I haven't had the hair percent, but then again my camera's up and working, so we haven't had hair percent anyway.
So this is the weird puzzle we were referencing here. You just gotta line it up and you can activate it. You can get really greedy and go for it earlier, which a few of us runners do because we think that, you know, a 1/10 of a second's gonna make a difference, but I
Dude,
mean,
it's so much
honestly, at the top level, it kind of does, so...
Right, no, that's the thing. And it's like, the thing moves so slow, you don't realize how much time you're spending waiting for it. Like, that's really half of it.
Oh, if that ladder is opening and you're behind it, you can actually get soft locked and not be able to get out. So that's just a fun little way to kill a run, too.
But yeah, that's one of the important details to keep in mind. So this is why mission push 16 is probably my least favorite mission, because the really stressful basement, which the basement down, that first part of the basement usually kills me anyway. Even if I don't go to the revolver guys, I just try to sneak around them. Usually the shotgun guys will alert the attention of the revolver guys, and it's almost impossible to stealth unless you like crouch and go through all the vents to stealth. Not at all close to fast enough for a speed run. So you gotta brute force it with the Molotovs we picked up in mission 12. Which is fine, because they're guaranteed loot, so you always have them. Except that they still spawn in a good different subset of positions, and sometimes they're just in spots that it's really, really hard to avoid them, or again, get the brute force, like, chucking Molotovs at them, as anyone would do on a, like, casual weekend, party. But anyway, so that's a run killer and stressful, and you come up here for Spacewalk, which is basically mission 9, but not quite as cool. I mean, it's still cool, but it's... For some reason, it's more tedious than Mission 9, maybe just because we've already done Mission 9. So we have the gigantic spacewalk coming up here. Again, like, it looks really cool. I love this scene. I love the detail. If we turn around, we can see all Sebastopol. We'll see it on the way back, so don't worry. But it's just literally 9 minutes to do this whole section here. Just because we're walking at the speed of snail. And then you come back to a really stressful exit, especially if you had a bad basement downstairs in 16. And it's just... The big break in the middle of the mission. Nolz, don't let me forget the safety save, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you.
The exit should be free, again, unless I pull what I did on that facehugger and just straight up miss Steve with the shotgun.
So, something about Alien, I mean, you could look at it as a good or bad thing. I feel like a lot of games I personally watch nowadays tend to die pretty early on into the run. Alien's really cruel, and you can die, like, pretty easily on Mission 7, which is, like, 40 minutes into the game, or Mission 10, which is, like, an hour and 10 minutes into the game. There's so many really, really risky areas in the run, and because Alien's such a long run, it can kind of burn you out, which is, why dying on this mission in particular just feels awful, because we're almost 2 hours and 20 minutes in, and
oh yeah,
death
100%.
Death is a very scary thing to have this late into the game.
For sure, yeah. But at the same time, it's part of why I say it's a pretty beginner-friendly run, because if you're doing your safety saves and you accept a death or 2 in your run, you can still do the whole game in well under 3 hours, even if you lost 5 or 6 minutes to a couple deaths here and there. Because it's how to phrase it. It's beginner-friendly because a death really only means the end of your run if you're, competing for, like, top 5. Maybe top 10, depending.
I think you get up. Yeah, you're right. It is probably top 10 at this point.
It used to be top 5, but now we have a lot of really, really cracked runs at the top there, so it's probably a little harder to get up there. Like, dude, I'm putting all the way to 4th now in this category. It's vicious.
I kind of forgot about this part, not gonna lie.
It's a cool game, but it does require, like, a good deal of persistence to grind for that world record.
How many hours are you at, actually?
I just passed 900, like, last I checked. So between practice and the run today, probably 920.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at, like, approaching, like, 700.
Okay, yeah.
Personally, yeah. It definitely takes, like, a lot to get into, like, the 2.5 hour mark.
Yeah, for sure. So I happen to see that we've surpassed the ultimate 3K barrier, which is super awesome. That means some doggos get bacon, which excites me. Extra. Xena, if you'd like, again, Mission 16's got an auto-scroller. You're welcome to share it.
Absolutely. We had 2 donations come in that pushed us over there. The first one was Logarithm with $10 and a message just for you saying, "Best of luck with the move, heart." And then we also had an $18 donation here from the Whole Zafad. The whole Zap pod? I'm gonna screw it up regardless. $18 here, $3K to jumpstart the new chapter of your life. I'm honored to be a small part of it. Thank you both so much for that. Pushing us to 3,000. Fantastic. You love to see it. We got bacon for doggos. And we've got more coming up, including the bonus boss rush run of Metroid Dread. Y'all did indeed do it. You unlock Metroid Dread as a run in general and the bonus boss rush afterwards. Thank you all so much for that. There's plenty of marathon coming. Please keep bringing in this donation so we can help change a life.
This is truly awesome. I love being able to see how the internet can bring a community together like this, and it's truly awesome to be part of as well. You guys are incredibly generous.
The speedrunning community actually is like really cool. It's nice to see that people can come together and just watch you zoom through a game that probably took you 10 times the length to beat your first time, and you see all these incredible tactics used. It's just cool, you know?
Dude, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'd be so bold as to say, like, speedrunning especially, it seems like we're a particularly tight-knit community. It's like we're niche enough on what we enjoy about games or how we like to play games, yet something about that, like, brings us so much closer together. I finally put the hair down. I totally forgot. Let me do a flip. And we get it on screen as it should be. Long overdue. I meant to do this for like the start of the run today, and then I kind of completely forgot that I was gonna bring the locks down. So here we are. But I mean, I guess, you know, in all GDQ fashion, for hitting the donation milestone, no better time than now for hair percent. So
it's just too good.
It's just, yeah, it goes too hard. We got the speedrunner hair out now, so.
I'm actually so jealous. My hair cannot grow even close to that long. It just gets like really
I don't
poofy.
know how mine goes that long, because mine's super fine. And even my mom's hair, who has the basically same hair as me in terms of how fine it is, doesn't go this long. And she was like, if you try growing your hair out, it probably won't get very long. And now here I am. I don't know. I'm glad though, because it's fun. All right, we're almost done with the spacewalk section of 16 here. If you have a really keen eye, you'll notice a little friendly Steve crawling around the outside in a little bit here. It's kind of a fun, I don't know if it qualifies as an Easter egg, but a little gem of attention to detail. I'll pop up right around middle of my screen here. Try to call him out. Oh, there he is. Right above the door. Climbing up and into the building.
Doing a little sightseeing before running into us again.
Yes, I mean, as he would. Maybe he didn't notice him out there. The idea of the game is that the Xenomorphs don't have a very good eyesight. They rely on other senses to hunt, so that's kind of the fun. Is sometimes you can be kind of far away in his eyesight, but he won't see you, but not always the case. Sometimes he does anyway. Okay, gotta do safety save. In this exit should be free, but it's just something might not like me, you know?
It's about to get a little wild around here. Oh. Wait, did you not save, or did you just save again?
I didn't save. I had a skill issue.
Oh.
Bro, I don't know what to say. Maybe that's the only mistake I'll have with this exit. It will be fine otherwise.
I'm actually like a little bit tense for this. 16 exit is so
There's some strats.
rough.
So the first thing we're gonna do,
Steve
Steve has a funny AI component where if he knows where you are but he can't get to you, he'll vent. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make sure he gets to us. We're gonna hit this glass 16 times. Now we're gonna stand here. He's gonna look at us, and now we're good. Thing is, if he decides he's gonna vent like that, he won't do anything. I messed up. Okay, we're good.
Oh
So
my goodness.
She has a revolver. She's scary. You have to take her out, or because she'll see you even if you cycle run past her for this section. The way the angle works out. So you have to take her out, otherwise she'll revolver her. I guess I hope she misses, but generally speaking, the route is to take her out. Some people use a flamethrower, but she dies slower than a flamethrower, especially if you don't flame enough. So I like to shotgun, unless I have a skill issue and miss, which is a very consistent theme so far tonight. So, you know, it makes it more interesting. So now we kind of have a chase with Steve coming down here. Oh, let me not turn early.
Also, you're pretty low on health, so make sure to heal when you can.
I think I should be fine, because she punched me, so I didn't get shot, so I'm not too worried there.
Wait, how much health
Running
did
down
you
there.
have?
I concluded I had at least 50.
Oh, okay.
So I think we're good. We'll find out if I'm not good. I have the safety saves. And mission 17, there's only the security guard to shoot at me, so should be fine.
And that's why Dre used all those Molotovs, so this exit is not
This is the
completely
freest
horrible.
exit I've had in a minute, dude.
Yeah, that was nice. Oh,
Come on, buddy. He does that. I just don't. Sometimes I try to alternate sector running and stepping on that staircase, so I lure him. Unfortunately, I didn't have the lure. He decided he was going to come check out what's going on. Anyway, it's fine. That's mission 16. That's actually one of the best mission 16s I've had in a while. So here we are on to mission 17. This is a strat. Nolz, do you want to explain what I'm doing here?
okay, so he's hitting the wall to bait the human towards walking there without seeing him cutting off the panel.
Except I missed.
Except it didn't work.
Sometimes you just get unlucky. Mission 16 was so good. Mission 17 had to be bad.
Okay, so he's gonna hit that wall. The human shouldn't look at Dre, and he's gonna walk towards there. After he cuts off the panel, he's gonna light a flare. Oh yeah.
God dang it!
Why in the world is
This
this
is
not
not how it's
working?
supposed to go. I think I'm too sloppy with my lines here.
I think reloading actually can mess it up too.
I keep taking too many steps before I hit that thing because it's a left turn.
I'm gonna wait a second.
We're good this time.
Okay, he's gonna light a flare, throw it. It's gonna bait the human towards opening the door for us, and then he's just gonna continue normally. Then, if he has a stun baton charge, he'll shock the human. If not, he'll probably flame it and have to deal with Steve, but either way, it's gonna be okay. He's getting a code here. Unfortunately, we're forced to grab it, because again, we cannot brute force through anything. Oh.
Bro! Okay,
No, you're
I
good,
didn't have
you're
a stun
good.
baton charge anyway. No, he was turned around. He saw me. So we didn't actually get the door break. What happens is if he's in front of the door, wind power comes to it. He'll stand in front of it. Unfortunately, he wasn't in front of the door, so it's fine. What happens if that happens there is that
Wait a minute,
well,
he was playing
it
a
was too
prank?
late. He saw me, but he gave up on me, so it's fine. Whatever.
There's gonna be a hugger here after he opens the
Yep,
door.
so the face hugger will spawn now.
Beautiful.
Face
See,
hugger will spawn
there's
now
the
because
shot.
of that. And now because we shot it, now Steve's gonna come check us out, but I think we might be fast enough.
Dre, how do you hit that shot but mess up the 15-1?
That's what I was talking about, man! I swear, it wasn't a skill issue. The game just didn't like me. So yeah, see, that was perfect timing. So we made noise, so Steve drops over there. Ideally, the security guard opens the door. Facehugger doesn't spawn. We stumbled on the security guard. We don't make noise here. Steve never drops here at all. But we did have to kill the facehugger, so Steve will drop. But he's going to start the flare that we left for the security guard, so not too bad. Now we're going to drop another lure over there, the EMP mine. Basically, he loves loud sounds, so he's like, ooh, what's this? I'm sorry. I made that joke on GDQ. I had to make it again.
Yeah, he definitely said ooh and walked towards
Steve, I mean, he's an alien. How could you be that cute and not ooh when you hear an EMP mine go off in the corner?
That's true. That's very true.
Now we're in the clear to go to this tram. And now we're gonna do a fun strat. We're gonna give this tram a few love taps. The reason for this is that the level transition is the tram's not actually moving, even though it looks like it is. We have level, tram, level. There's no loading section. And so in terms of Steve's AI, again, this is exactly what we did in Mission 16. He hears us in here making noise, except he can't get to us. So he's just going to vent, which means we're totally safe here without him dropping and getting in our way. Except sometimes he drops anyway because he's weird, but he's not supposed to. See, we're fine. We're fine. It's easy. I don't want to do a safety save here.
Make sure to get that.
I feel like I should.
Oh, you're going to do that? Okay. It is worth it. You lose so much time if you don't. If it
The
doesn't
thought is
go
I
well.
can safety save. Actually, I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to safety save in front of the terminal. We'll be fine. I'm confident that we can make this. So there's an android here. We got to give him another tickle as well. I did reload my revolver, right?
I really hope so. Okay, yep.
Yep, we're good. That should be the last revolver shot I need for the run. So it seems to do that, but he heard the noisemaker, so he's going to up vent fast. We're going to do a cool thing called keycard clip. Wow, that was a lot better than my practice.
That was nice. Wow.
That was really clean, dude. Man, I'm proud of that one. Get the key card. Usually you need to open that terminal to this terminal here to get the key code 1984. Open that door. Get the key card the legit way.
Make sure I have a... Oh, you do have a flare. Never mind.
I've got 5 left, man.
Oh my
I have so many.
Yeah, but normally you get that code and then open it and grab the key card, but there's a little broken piece of geometry where you can just grab it through the wall, so that's what we do.
Something about the way that the space station now sways side to side for dramatic effect, because the orbital stabilizer is out, is what allows that to be possible. Is my understanding. I think it clips you into the wall just
Wait,
slightly.
really? Oh,
I could be wrong about that, but that's what I've heard. I didn't remember from whom. So it's one of those, like, super unreliable. Oh, I was going to safety save here. Sorry, this will be my safety save. Usually I wouldn't do this, but for the sake of a marathon run, I lose a lot of time if I do die, and I haven't had the best track record at shooting my facehuggers. So I'm going to safety save here. No, I meant to.
You can do some insane YOLO strats on this mission, but it again runs high def. Yeah. There's a really cool glitch you can do if you lower your FPS enough. I think if you're...
Oh, yes!
I don't even remember the FPS. Do you remember that?
Console speed, so like 30 FPS.
Okay, yeah. So if you're at 30 FPS, and this next section that Dre's heading towards, you can actually just run towards the alien, and the tail will shove you through the door, and then you can just finish out the mission. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome save. The cool thing is, what we're gonna do is about as cool. So it's a scripted mission coming up. Technically a jump scare, except, you know, we forget that. By the way, he's walking out because of the flare that we dropped earlier. Yeah, so we're gonna just do this thing. If we flame him so he goes away, and then we clip through him to grab this lever, and we wait for just a split second so we don't run into him, he's just gonna pretend we're not there, and it's all fun and dandy.
And we're out of there. The reason Dre waits is because if you get just a little bit of the tail in your hitbox, he can trip and kill you. So that's why you have to kind of hold yourself back
Yeah, my
a little
understanding
bit.
it has something to do with the timing of... when he, like, when he decides he's gonna go for the vent. Because there's that little bit of, after you flame the alien, if you still run into him, like, if you're blocking him in the vent, he'll get you anyway. Alright, we're gonna no major glitches YOLO this.
Yep.
Easy.
So Dre's just gonna show who's boss and just...
Oh, dude, that shot was reloaded! Oh.
Well, minus
Minus
5 minutes?
I tried so hard to reload everything, and then apparently I missed that. Now that's why part of why I safety saved here.
Normally you would just use a flamethrower and just flame
Usually,
them away, but... Or,
There
no,
is
normally
genuine
the
strategy to leaving him down there. Right, it stops him from spawning in the vent, which can cost a lot of time. So there's actually genuine reason to that other than looking really cool. I just completely forgot to make sure my shotgun was reloaded. So it's fine. I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna do flamethrower strat this time though. That was kind of dumb. It's like I was worried about missing that first shot. I didn't even think about, you know, not having any shotgun shells in my gun. It's okay. These are the exact sorts of things you get by being rusty at the game. It's like, not that you forget the routes or anything, it's just little things like forgetting to reload your weapons, for example. Kind of funny. Hopefully relatable so I don't look like too much of a dork, but... We're actually pretty far ahead of pace anyway. So it's fine. Yeah, trying to keep him down so he doesn't go into our vent right away. Unfortunately, I would have had it too, except I just didn't have the gun reloaded. Sometimes you can bait him with the flamethrower as well, but usually nicer to wait a little bit. It's okay. It's we're
all
just
good.
we're just chilling. We're chilling for a good cause. I forget that. I forget that sometimes.
And then we get to do a little psycho running and completely ignore
I'm
Steve.
do the safe exit this time. I will still shotgun YOLO mission 18 though.
Oh yeah, on the exit.
I don't think he's about to drop. Nope, I think he started. I think he had in the vent. A lot of steps there. Little tippy tappies. I say the vent. I'm realizing it's ambiguous. Is this vent here? This is kind of a scary exit vent. Steve unlocks a node here to really try to patrol you in the vents. In terms of how Nolz was talking about how their AI worked earlier today, and so this is like the only time we actually sit in this run with the motion tracker out. Like this is the most that we use the motion tracker. Is that vent right there to determine where he is, to determine if we need to wait to flame him or not. It's kind of funny. It's, you know, like this heart of the game, and we just almost completely don't use it, with the exception of right there, and again, listening for boops a couple times to determine what kind of loot luck we have.
So we're back in the mission 2 area. The second fastest category, and I guess the first fastest category, actually can just hop over the little, like, or not even hop over, sorry. You basically clip through the 2 doors we're about to go to, so you can go from mission 2 to mission 18 in the fastest
we're
categories.
back in mission 2 area. If you recognize the zone reuse, literally you can go straight through it. That's the difference I mentioned why CC only kind of completely changes the game. If you were here at the start of the run, if you weren't, no worries. I know it's a long run, but for those of you who may have remembered me saying that, that's kind of the heart of the difference there.
You have to do some complex setups for sure, or at least for CC only. CC plus FPS, you can just like lower it down to 7 and basically phase through the wall. But yeah, just to let you know, you can go from mission 2 to mission 18 instantly.
Yup, it's the ultimate skip. It's such a cool game, but that skip kind of makes the category matter frustratingly. I didn't phrase that. My brain and mouth were on 2 completely different threads there. That's fine. It's fine. So what we're gonna do here, the next one of these terminals we have to activate, usually we'd have to power on downstairs. Except we can do this thing where it doesn't realize it's disabled until we get close to it. So we can just barely reach on the outside of it, and it doesn't disable itself, and it saves going through all of the underground vent system. So it's a side run here because the aliens, plural, are active. That droid will grab you, so we need to be careful about it. And if we flame him, it'll aggro the xenomorph. So it's just kind of a walk around him. If we have an extra Molotov, what you can do is throw one at him way at the start of the mission before the Steves are active. But I did not have an extra Molotov. I didn't think about crafting one because I don't usually ever have anywhere close to the loop where I can even think about that. Xenos are still active, but we haven't made enough noise. We're moving fast enough that they're still not coming down to check us out.
Are you gonna safety save, or are you just?
I am gonna safety save. I want to YOLO it, but I think it's best to safety save. How many attempts do you think we should give double huggers before I concede?
I would say 3 is like a healthy number since it's a quick reset. Yeah.
Well,
This I would only do
redeem myself
one,
for mission 15, though. Don't you think?
Huh?
I gotta redeem myself for mission 15, though. Don't you think?
That's true.
So we're gonna flame him there. He's scripted, so we can run past him. And then shotgun is loaded this time. Pop him there.
Ooh.
Just enough time where he's gonna start running after us again and scare him with the flamethrower until he hesitates. And we can get to this, and as soon as you start this animation, they despawn. We're done with the game. It's totally over. There's definitely nothing else still gonna happen to Ripley because no horror game just has yet another objective before you're actually finally gonna escape. That never happens. He's congratulating you for winning. It's over. No, I want to jokingly say it's over and realize I don't want to like mislead people and like.
And that's how the game ends.
And I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's the game.
Just. Yeah. There's a weird bug that can happen here, right? Where you trigger the hugger if you start moving too early, and then it can kill you. Yeah.
When this zone loads, you're not trapped against this wall right away, and so you're free to move even though the screen's black. And so if you move into, well, I can't point to it all that well, but the egg that we're about to run past, if you move into proximity of that egg, a facehugger does crawl out of it, as the closed eggs do. And so what happens is you will get face-hugged in the cutscene. Like, with the screen dark, you just suddenly are dead. And it does kind of look like you did just finish the game there. Alright, let's get double huggers first try. I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to do a cool tech called Hugger Boost. Nolz, I'll you explain Hugger Boost. I'm going to try to get 2 of them.
Okay, I'm just going to let it play out, and then I'll try to explain it and see if you get it. Ooh,
I was early. I was so early.
It's fine, it's fine.
Man jab right there. I don't think... I was too early.
So close, so close.
I gotta try again. I gotta try one more time.
So, Hugger Boost basically is trying to... When a hugger grabs you, it has to be a certain height before the hugger can actually jump on your face. So it'll pull you... I don't know if it's necessarily the closest to the area you're pointing at. And if you flame it in time, you can do exactly what Dre just did. It'll like this pull you really far forward.
Oh, okay.
You got the fast one.
That was just the bat. So, go ahead. Yeah, you can explain it.
Yeah, so because it's double hugger, it can actually pull you into this animation. So what Dre's about to do, this is a scripted event with the first alien.
Yes.
So he's gonna flame here, and the second one won't kill him. But that's kind of how double hugger works. It's really cool. You can actually do it with every weapon in the game. It's really hard, but you can do it. But yeah,
the flamethrower has some kind of like carry, kind of like a, what's it called? Like delay hit, right? So if you burst it, you get a solid window when it's actually gonna hit. Whereas something like the shotgun, you have to hit exactly the right frame, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's still fun.
Oh, it's super cool. Yeah, it saves you a ton of time. It's actually not as bad as it looks, but
yeah, it's surprisingly easy. But yeah, something about the way it works. By the way, looking in this corner makes the tram pass you faster. It saves, I don't remember how many seconds, but it cuts the animation speed down.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I hope I'm right about that, because I've been doing that for a while now.
Well, in the 700 hours I've played the game, I didn't know that, so that's
hey, there we go.
Wonderful. You know?
The part I want to add to what you mentioned, Nolz, and that part with the alien that I was flaming, there's actually 2 of them are supposed to drop. One is instantly, like, ready to attack you, and the other one is scripted. But something about the drop, I don't even know what, I don't know if anyone knows why. If you flame your flamethrower, or attack any weapon, or even throw a flare, the second one who can get you right away doesn't drop, and the first one's scripted. So assuming you actually run past them. Oh, by the way, to prevent the man dab, we're gonna do a strat here, because there's 2 huggers we have to get. We'll wait till they're on the face, just like that. If we look this way, they'll kind of push us into this pipe. We'll crouch down all the way to a prone, and we can't flame. So, just another fun note.
Yeah, the huggers have a really annoying hitbox when they die, so that's why Dre was kind of aiming to the side so that it'll pull the hugger into a better position.
Yeah, because one face hugger that's dead can block my flamethrower fuel from hitting the second hugger behind him. Even though the first one's already dead, and then the second one can still jump on my face, no problem. So it's kind of a... Like, actually, I did a great job displaying it. In Mission 15, with those boxes, it does exactly what the boxes did, but with a dead face hugger carcass. Anyway, so now we're just going to grab the other one. Amanda realized she messed up the first time. We needed to grab this spacesuit. The other spacesuit was no good. Steve was trying to tell us that.
He's really just saving us right there. Made sure that we weren't getting the bad suit.
Yep. That one had a leak in it. He wanted it. He didn't know how else to tell us. Wow, dude, we're gonna like hit estimate perfectly. Remember how I joked about my goal is really to hit the estimate exactly? That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's basically where it's gonna hit.
The estimate.
Yeah. This is gonna be the final bit of tech in the game that we're about to go to. It's so bizarre
when
that
I do
works,
it's called single pins.
In the speed run, it's just double pins. Basically, you're activating 2 pins at once. Normally, you can only do 1 at a time, but if you flick your camera fast enough, you can actually do 2. It does a little wonky animation, but yeah, and he'll just do 2 sets of that, and then
yeah, each one you get saves 15 seconds. As another note. It's really easy. It's easier than Mission 15 face hugger, but it's even easier to choke too, because you're the very end of the run. It's 15 seconds, and you can see if you're gonna get world record or not.
That's very true. Yeah, it can be very stressful. It definitely happened to a friend of ours. Actually, he was on world record pace, and he got a little distracted, and he actually missed it because he couldn't do the second pair of pins. Or yeah, I think
so
it was the second
tragic.
pair.
It's such a terrible way to lose world record pace.
It was a very tragic moment. And now he has all the world record, or a lot of them. So
Yeah, I mean he's got them all anyway. So
he redeemed
he sends beat
himself.
that time.
And then you'll kind of see in the background after a little bit, there's gonna be quite a few friends, I'll call them, while we're finishing the game up.
Holy smokes.
This is where a lot of the community or like, I shouldn't say a lot, a few community members started naming them. I don't personally know their names. It's just a group of Steves.
Group of Steves. I mean, we have like, you know, a flock of sheep. Well, no, what is it? Herd of sheep, flock of... I don't know the terms. We gotta come up with one of those terms for the aliens. Maybe a
herd.
seminar of Steves?
I'd like a seminar. That's a good one. A seminar.
I
of
want
Steves.
someone to be an alliteration. I don't know. I remember Murder of Crows, but that one's, you know, interesting.
I've never heard. Well, you know.
I don't know why
I've
it's called
never
Murder
heard
of Crows, but yeah, that. My understanding is that's the one. I hope somebody in chat corrects me if I'm wrong, because otherwise I don't want to be wrong about that much longer.
Murder of Crows is correct. There's also like Pot of Whales.
Pot of Whales. That's another good one. Yeah. Seminar of Steves. Okay, double pins number 1.
Oh, and he got it.
Just like that means one bicep gets flexed. All right, we're about to get double. Once we get double pins number 2, it means the other bicep gets flexed. So we're fast enough they won't animate at all, which is actually funny.
And there we go.
Double pins, baby. Yeah, we don't get any animation, which is actually thoroughly amusing. So we have one final glitch in the game, and the worst part is it is the hardest glitch, the hardest tech in the entirety of the run, right? This could be absolutely run-ending. If you miss it, it costs an additional 8 seconds. And quite literally, and it comes down to you have to use all of your skill to convince the game that it needs to give you the correct coin flip and the 50-50 chance to have a fast spacesuit walk in Mission 19. Quite literally, there's nothing we can do. We haven't found any way to ensure it happens or not ensure it happens. You just, about 50% of the time, you walk fast, like you do at the start of Mission 2, and then 50% of the time, you walk slow. And we don't know any way why, but the slow costs 8 seconds.
And he got it.
He got the fast.
The zoomies
And it's
walk.
just weird things like that, too. So, that means the run was blessed. All along, it was meant to be. Mission 19, piece of cake.
Steve decided to join us.
Exactly. So we're back on the Torrens. This is how the game ends. I don't believe I need to explain what's going on here.
And get ready for time on the black screen.
Yes! Oh, good call. Time comes up, yep, just a little bit. Alright, about 3, 2, 1, time. Look at that. So good at
Absolutely
counting.
beautiful.
All right, that, my friends, is Alien Isolation. I was 1 minute off, dude. I should have tried like one more double huggers attempt, I guess, to perfect it. No, that's actually really good. It's kind of hard. It's always hard to give an estimate because it's such a long run, and depending on what tech you do and where you fail, it can vary a little more than I'd like to admit. But it's what was I thinking? Oh, total lost my train of thought there. But that's Alien Isolation. Yeah. Oh, and because we always time with game time, so I'm used to game time is 2.5 hours, and I forget real time add-on stuff. But alas, here we are. I want to thank everyone so much for having me. Nolz, thank you for joining me and commentating. Xena, thanks for commentating, and thanks for everyone on tag as well for making sure the stream runs really well. I'm glad the camera decided to last me for this end, so I can say a sincere farewell to you all with a smile and the locks. But yeah, it's truly a pleasure. Again, I love speedrunning, and I love especially being able to entertain people and provide opportunities for us to support each other and do really good things. And it's super awesome to be part of it. It's one of those ones I kind of lose words on afterward because the emotions take over. So again, glad to be part of it. I'm really glad I got the chance to show you Alien Isolation. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed. I believe Pokemon is up next. Did I remember that right?
Pokemon
Nonetheless,
Scarlet.
yes.